the NHL Tour, few stops have as many notable landmarks as Washington, D.C. But tonight, the Stars visit the nation's capital is a business trip for a club trying to break their way back into the win column. It's Dallas Stars hockey, presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, with the Stars taking on the Washington Capitals. Hi again, everybody, and a very good evening to you. Alongside Daryl Ray, I'm Josh Bogart. Stars arrive here in D.C. Second game of a back-to-back, game 2 of this 6-game trip, and Razor in need of a victory.
Yeah, this is no longer just a lull or a skid. I mean, this is a streak now. It's reached 6 games, and it's one of the longest winless streaks going right now. Winnipeg Jets are on a 10-game winless streak. The Anaheim Ducks are in one. For the Stars, yes, they've earned some points in half of them, but it's still troubling that they haven't won in 6 games. So can goalie Casey DeSmith replicate what he's done repeatedly for this team, and that has backstopped them with his brilliance in these second games of back-to-backs? Hard to be better. You know, he's won 10 of 12. Stopped 94% of the shots along the way, just asking his teammates to provide, 2 or 3 goals for a victory. Stars beat the Caps 1-0 in Dallas. They could use that again here tonight in Washington.
Might be the recipe against the Capitals club that right now is in the top wild card spot in the Eastern Conference, but the East is crazy with how jam-packed they are, basically first to last. It's a Caps club that's dangerous, but they've been middling for about the last month.
Yeah, they have only 5 wins in their last 15 games. They're without their best offensive player up front in Tom Wilson. And the grade 8, Alexander Ovechkin, has turned into sort of a support scorer for them. Although in the lineup tonight, he's their leading goal scorer. No shock with that, with 17 on the campaign. He's coming off a 2-goal game, one of those into an empty net. Their attack is driven a lot by their decor, and Jacob Chikrin leads all of that. Big, square-jawed rear guard, shoots the puck with blistering conviction. He can really rip it. 15 goals on the season. Only Werenski in Columbus has scored more than him. So pick up the D tonight.
Stars have as dangerous a trio as any team in the NHL. Mikko Rantanen, Jason Robertson, and Wyatt Johnston, all in the top 10 in league-wide scoring. They're the only 3 teammates who rank that high.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket has been brought to you by
PNC Bank. PNC is an official partner of the Dallas Stars. By American Airlines. American Airlines is proud to be the official airline of your Dallas Stars. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play.
J. Alexander Law is now the proud sponsor of the Dallas Stars. The team that stands for grit, speed, and victory now stands on business with the law firm that does the same. When it comes to a truck wreck or serious injury, call 1-800-INJURED and put J. Alexander Law on your side. Official law sponsor of the Dallas Mavericks and SMU Athletics, and now proud partner of the Dallas Stars. J. Alexander Law at 1-800-INJURED, standing on business.
Hey, it's Lando with your City Credit Union Dollars and Cents Minute. Maybe this is finally the year budgeting stops being something you mean to do and actually starts happening. City CU is here to help, and they promise to make it way less painful. Financial education is one of City CU's cornerstones, and it's totally free. Whether you're trying to build a budget that doesn't ghost you, boost your credit, or plan for the future without spiraling, you don't have to figure it out on your own. Meet Charles Pinion, City CU's Community Outreach Coordinator. Charles helps people decode their money from budgeting and credit to home buying prep and financial wellness. City CU offers free one-on-one financial counseling for anyone. Let's be honest, money stress is something we all deal with. If you run a business or organization, your team is feeling it too. Contact Charles to bring real-world financial education to your workplace. Managing money isn't always easy, but City CU can help. Learn more at citycu.org/education.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Want to hear something incredible? That's Eleanor. Just 10 hours after being born, Eleanor was airlifted to Children's Health and met by our expert team trained in cardiac and critical care. At 4 days old, she received a stent to help her heart pump blood to the rest of her body. And today, she's a happy, healthy 1-year-old. That's incredible. That's children's health. Incredible together.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender, terms apply.
When the final horn sounds on the ice, that means it's game time at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Make a breakaway to over 7,000 slot machines. Show off your hands at the poker table. Capitalize on a lucky bounce of the dice at craps. And after your hot streak, don't forget to cool off with an ice-cold beer at one of our epic bars and lounges. Have the games of your life tonight at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The trend of years past. A lot of happy stops in the nation's capital for the Stars over their history. A 16-5-1 all-time record, which includes wins in 13 of their last 16 games here. Tonight, they try to add to that list and make it 2 of 2 overall this season against Washington. Where we bring you inside Capital One Arena and check out our starting goalies, brought to you by Flight by Yingling.
It's a Can-Am matchup in the pipes. Logan Thompson will be one of Canada's 3 goalies in Milan next month. Casey DeSmith donned the red, white, and blue at the World Championships in Finland and Latvia back in 2023.
Stars were in action last night. Mikko Rantanen had another big offensive night, but it wasn't enough for the Stars as they fell 6-3 in Carolina to open up this road trip. They'll try and punch back immediately here in Game 2 in D.C. Caps coming off a helter-skelter win of their own a couple nights ago. And the Stars will move it in down the near side where Sam Steele loses it and carried ahead by McMichael, who chips in. Steele is up on the wing with Johnston and Rantanen to begin. Matt Duchene's going to go back into a center position in between Justin Ritzkovian and Colin Blackwell to begin the night. Stars spread it out. Esa Lindell. As it's dropped for Thomas Harley. And lifted in, awkward hop off the corner partition, and then right to where the near side referee was. The Stars cannot control, and it's Duhane with a chip and a chase. Ilya Labushkin hustling back. Jason Robertson corrals it. Fed off for Rope Hintz. It bounces wide of Thompson's net. He stays put. There's Chikrin, who we talked about before the game. Ever dangerous from the blue line. Labushkin holding up while both teams mix in a change. Stars have 2 lineup changes from last evening, one up front and one on defense, in addition to the starting netminder switch up. Sandin in the corner, bookended by Stars who work it loose. Duchene back for Blackwell where it jumped on him. And then Sandin's able to use the glass and clear it out. Up front, Nathan Bastian replaces Adam Ernie, who did not finish the game. And on the back end, Petrovic is out, and Kyle Capobianco comes back in as it's up and over the side glass for the game's first whistle, 1:49 in.
Little intrigued by the D pairs being trotted out by Glenn Gulletson to begin the game here tonight. He's preaching defense and discipline as the way to get out of this funk, and to me that usually includes attitude and details and will. They're much more lefty-righty on defense. It's been a weird mix back there. At times, 2 righties playing together. Obviously, you have the 2 left shot guys and Heiskanen and Lindell. Just move the puck a little bit better, a little cleaner perhaps with this.
Lundqvist dripped it out in front. It comes back up where Oscar Beck is the forward at the point. He'll install it deep. This pair is Niels Lundqvist, who is right-handed, and then Kyle Capobianco, who's a lefty. Capobianco, just his second game since December 13th. Controlling it into a turnover. Now it's Beck. Took the pass in the slot. Dallas didn't shoot. They spread it out instead. Turnaround bid, and it's gloved by Thompson. Nathan Bastian's first game back from the AHL conditioning stint.
You can expect Nate to end up at the net front repeatedly tonight. Stars on the forecheck, force a giveaway by the Caps. Radek Fox, he was facing his line mate. He gets that in the slot, though, originally, and he's got such a wonderful little spin backhand, and elects to just bump it back into the higher slot.
Tack zone face-off for the Stars, but it's controlled by Washington. They turn the puck over on the wall, glove down. McMichael ran into some traffic, stayed with it, over to Chychrun, spinning his way past Lyubushkin. Chychrun has 15 goals, and he drew a penalty there. Shot blocked. Bunted in along the end wall, and that move by Chychrun, the spinning play down the left wing, forces Lyubushkin into a holding penalty, and early on a power play for the Caps.
Take a look at this again. He's trying to defend with him. I don't know that he angled him or hurted him. Watch the stick hand. Like, I don't think there was any call there. And then on that one, as he's just trying to stay up with him. I mean, he had a glove on him, but they decide to nail it. This has not been a good power play for the Caps, and they're missing their best power play goal scorer here tonight in Tom Wilson, not Alexander Ovechkin.
Yeah, it's so strange to hear that. Ovechkin's 328 career power play goals, 54 ahead of Dave Anderchuk's second in league history. Stars with a shot. Fox, it's loose. He scores! Radek Fox jumped on the loose puck. A short-handed goal. Fox has been involved with all of them for Dallas this year, and he breaks the seal down a man.
Well, this ends up being a real sloppy play by the Capitals on their way up the ice. They give it away in neutral ice, and then it's a bad rebound. It gets away from Thompson. He can't gather it in. He allows the puck to sort of trampoline off him. Never a bad play to wind it on net. So earlier on the backhand, he doesn't. This time rips it. They get navel-gazing after the shot on goal. Carlson in particular, the defenseman. And Thompson surrenders a juicy, nectarous rebound, and Radek says, thank you very much. First time he shot a puck past a goaltender this season.
Yeah, his only other goal was in the Stars' home opener, an empty net tally. That was back in the third game of the year. He had assists on the other two shorthanded goals from the Stars this year, scored by Heiskanen off a face-off win bomb from the blue line, and then Oscar Beck looking for another is Blackwell, and Thompson pounces on this one.
So happy for Radek, him being included with Czechia's Olympic team. Said he found out about it actually before Christmas, and it just got announced the other day. He's had a wonderful run of assists on the road this season. The bulk of those 14 have been away from American Airlines Center.
They're going to get McMichael for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for some comments before the face-off after they were kicked out of the draw.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, I didn't fully agree with the penalty on Ilya Lyubushkin, and that's turned into the least of the sequences here. He didn't like getting kicked out of the face. Those linesmen get touchy. He teed him up in hockey's world on that one. So it goes from a shorthanded goal against to a guy in the box take them off the power play, and at some point here the Stars will get a mini power play of their own.
It's Johnny Murray who whistled the infraction. He has the lines with Shandor Alfonso, Frederic Lecuyer, and Liam Mascot are the referees in the game. Caps on the attack in front, and they set it up for Strome, camped out, corner of the crease, and just off his stick wide. Beauvillier with the nifty setup. And a move made to Carlson, left wing circle. Off of DeSmith and then the back glass and all the way down.
Strome is usually the setup guy, although he was an inch away from a 30-goal campaign last year. So Beauvillier, no matter what jersey he's wearing, seems to always play his best or some good hockey against the Stars.
Isn't that the truth? With stops in Long Island and Vancouver, big nights on his resume, and nearly had the punchback helper early on in this one. Carrying in is Miro Heiskanen. Down for Robertson. Robertson shoots, blocked by Sandin, who stayed with him. Just under 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Stars power play waiting on the other side of it. Heiskanen over to Hintz. Off a stick. And touched over by Roy. Room for the Caps, who walk to center and are now shorthanded. Lyubushkin out of the box. And Washington wasn't on the same page as they crossed the line. Sordiff gets written off. Sordiff coming off some kind of game. A hat trick and 5-point night for the rookie on Monday. Rantanen feeds it to the left. Back for Mikko Rantanen. This Stars power play brought to you by TXU Energy as the shot. No room on the far side. Final seconds on the man advantage. Mikko Rantanen to the left wing. Robertson upstairs. Lindell Duchesne with a shot that's blocked out of play as we are back to full strength on both sides.
Take a peek at that chance for the Caps, playing for a side and able to just slide a puck forward. Casey DeSmith came out to say, Beauvillier, you're not beating me, but the back door was available, and then real sweet feed by the Stars. I think it was Rantanen up top looking. There's that seam in the four guys. Stars just got themselves on the power play, and a good stop from Logan Thompson on Duchesne.
Stars have all 5 shots on goal in the game. And the 1-0 lead on Radek Fox's shorthanded tally. His second goal and 16th point of the season.
Just a terrific start. Didn't look like it was going in that direction when Lyubushkin ended up in the box, but they have played well and they're ahead. And this is not a great chase team in the Caps.
Ovechkin sets it up in the attack zone as Strome goes rink wide. Shot stopped. Ovechkin got the rebound. DeSmith made that save. Alex Ovechkin in his 21st season. Future undecided after the contract ends following this year. In front, saved by DeSmith. They clear out the crease in front of him. So Radek Faksa opens the scoring tonight in D.C. His shot produced a rebound that Thompson never saw. Radek did, and it's 1-0.
We live in an instant world, but when it comes to getting paid for our hard work, we're stuck waiting 2 weeks. That's a system designed for a different time, and it's holding you back. Whether you're an employer wanting to offer a great new benefit or an employee looking to make your money work better, Daily Pay gives you access to earnings you've already worked for. Pay that bill, fill up your tank, or handle that unexpected expense all on your schedule. Just like the Dallas Stars don't wait to make the play, you don't have to wait to get paid. Visit dailypay.com/stars and get your money when you need it. When the Stars want a landscape that's guaranteed to score, they trust Dakota Proscapes, official landscaping partner of the Dallas Stars. From irrigation to construction and maintenance, Dakota Proscapes brings all-star performance shift after shift. Whether it's schools, industrial parks, or retail centers, we put your properties on the power play. Always sharp, always game day ready. Call 214-592-0009 or visit dakotaproscapes.com. Dakota Proscapes, professional, dependable, always green.
The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket!
Great to be back in the nation's capital, even for a brief bit of time. Stars ahead of the Caps, 1-0. Ford brings you the Razor's Edge tonight. Situation, motivation. The Caps got a win in their last outing. Stars need a win. Special teams, didn't think it would go this direction, but it's a total mismatch on paper. Stars have a shorthanded goal. 5-on-5 at full strength. The Capitals have been really, really good this season, but they're missing both Wilson and Protas here tonight, which takes a little bit of the sting out of that. And Alex Ovechkin, who will end up again this season somewhere around the 30 goal mark or north of the 30 goal mark, just falls out of bed scoring goals. 914 in his career.
He stands alone, the exclusive member of the 900 goal club.
Scored a lot of goals standing alone.
Yes.
Over on the left wing side.
Yeah. He will be there on Caps power plays throughout the night. This is his 29th career game against Dallas, and as mentioned before the break, you never know at this stage if it will be his last. Only play each other 2 times this season, but he's still putting up those points and those goals that you're talking about. It is something else. Beauvillier touches it in where the Stars, Labushkin, unable to clear. And then a clearing attempt from his teammate Beck hit him. It's up to Bastian. Bastian played 4 games in his AHL conditioning stint, had 2 goals, 3 points. His first AHL experience since 2020. He had only played 1 game up with the big club in the last month before being inserted tonight. Thompson cuts off the dump in, plays it around. Where the Capitals, McElrath staying in the lineup. Washington had an 11 forward, 7 defenseman deployment, in large part because of those injuries that you referenced. Back to a 12-6 here. Shot up and off the lower part of the mask of Thompson, and he hangs on to Hintz's bid.
Cash in on every goal, assist, and save this season. Pick higher or lower on 2 or more players. Get it right, and you win. New customers play $5 and get $75 in bonus entries.
Rope Hintz with a wake-up call for Logan Thompson with that rising wrist shot, and just take it down the boards and let it fly. It's a couple of times here in the opening portion of this period where Thompson hasn't exactly been clean and tracked it well. The rebound, obviously, on the shorthanded goal, and then that.
Miro Heiskanen, his wrister gets deflected to the near side. Rantanen has a man draped all over him and Dowd. Playing the perimeter where Ethan Frank checks Heiskanen. 4-car pileup on the far side boards as they dig for it. Pops out into the possession of the Stars. Esa Lindell, who assisted on the Fox's shorty. Wrapped back around the zone. Johnston gets spun around. Still trying to fight for it in front of Dowd. Got it deep behind the net. Good ward work by Rantanen. Up high Lindell. Over to Heiskanen. Back for Lindell. Shot blocked. Then he blocked a clearing attempt. And Washington's Dowd, under some pressure, is able to lift it clear. Centered in the Star zone. Carlson had slipped in. Never able to do anything with it. And then Dowd feeds it across. Pass was behind Brett Leeson and out to center ice. Brett Leeson was just recalled. The former Capitals spent the last 3 years with the Anaheim Ducks, signed with the Capitals in late October, but all of his year had been spent in the American Hockey League before he was recalled. He's playing his first game with Washington since March of 2022. That one also against the Stars. Kept alive Milano, and the save made by DeSmith. Sonny Milano working it off on the right wing side. Back to him. And Milano couldn't flip past the reach of Capo Bianco. Through the legs pass perfectly to Lundqvist, and an exit for Dallas. Justin Ritzkovian racing after it. A big day for Ritzkovian. Signed a 2-year contract extension earlier today, and he's earned every bit of it. Sandin at the point. Over to Roy. Sets it up for fresh off the bench McMichael. His shot snapped and saved by DeSmith. Kept by Roy at the blue line. Funneled it down low. McMichael's on it. Corner. Popped loose. Reclaimed. Leonard. Fake takes a shot, right wing circle, across, and it got through everybody and down the ice.
That pass, though, was intended for Chychrun, the defenseman. Man, they get their D involved. You saw Carlson earlier, another high-scoring rear guard for them.
Dumped in, but off a stick out of play. 3 seconds shy of the midway point of the first period.
Casey DeSmith just trying to cut a puck off and make a play and ended up making his job more difficult. He chipped it to somebody in a red jersey, and it's usually a difficult save for goaltenders when they're at their end of their stick like that. He closed down the 5-hole on Milano. Just trying to get a little busier maybe, as the Stars have outshot him by a healthy margin here to begin.
Inside the Dallas zone now, but not for long, as Maverick Bourque opportunity to clear and did force it out to center, where Chychrun awaiting, shot back in. Ilya Lyubushkin, awkward off a partition. We've seen a few bounces.
I don't know whether they just redid the glass in here or what the deal is, because that's the 3rd or 4th time.
Icing by the Stars, and yeah, that is something for sure to keep an eye on as this game moves along.
Usually you defend the end of the rink that is away from where the Zamboni comes on and off, but it hasn't been the Zamboni door or anything. One was right along the side glass, this one along the glass and in DeSmith's end.
Right off the draw, Ovechkin with the wrist shot saved by DeSmith. Got the left pad in the way.
Oh, did he rip that?
Again, he wanted that one, and it was blocked.
Just curls off that face-off circle on the left side as a right shot. Great stop.
Ovechkin's 2 goals from the other night, the 182nd time in his career that he's had a multi-goal game. Just 7 behind Wayne Gretzky for the most. From center, Strome goes back to the right. Lobbed and short hops the back wall. Calmly weaving into space, Miro Heiskanen sends it up the left wing side, and then Steele lost the handle on it. Ovechkin from in front of his bench turned it over. Rantanen's back in for Dallas. He leaves for Esa Lindell. Lindell goes low. Johnston centers, was looking for Rantanen. And the puck loose. A scrum, and it's out to the top of the zone. Shot by Lindell, went wide. Rebound in front. Thompson made the save, and the Caps survive and come away with it. They break into the zone. Ethan Frank behind the net. Ridden out of real estate by Heiskanen. Down for Duhaime. Roy now swings to Sandin. Shot got through, and the stop from DeSmith. And the Stars clear it. Mixing a change, but a re-entrance from Washington. Horseshoe around the board. Sandin activating down the wall. Plucked away and cleared out on the backhand from Rantanen. Under 8 to play in the first period. Stars with a 1-0 lead. Milano down the wing, hits the brakes, knocked down, but moved it to a teammate first. Regathered by Dallas. Lundqvist intercepted, then taken back. It's Capobianco in. His shot blocked by McElrath. Back to Capobianco. Off of Oscar Beck. Capobianco in retreat. Bastion for Beck. Measured by McElrath. Big defenseman for Washington. Crashing down into the boards. The Stars trying to win the numbers battle. It's taken by Hendrix Lapierre, who one-hands it forward. A chip by Leeson. Stars hold up a bit as Foxa was caught behind the play. Had to get onside. Ritzkovian centering feed. Skipped off a skate. And McMichael, the high lob. Bouncing puck. Lyubushkin able to get it out to Ritzkovian. Stolen back by the Capitals. In the way, Colin Blackwell and Matt Duchene. Centered out of the reach of Blackwell. Behind the net with Duchene. Past Ferrari. Blackwell leaving it for Lyubushkin. His shot up to the right hand of Logan Thompson. Stars have the only goal. 6.5 left in the first from Washington, D.C.
Kathy DeWitt Dunn with DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services. Just like a great hockey team needs a solid defense and a winning playbook, your retirement needs protection, reliable income, and minimized risk. Now's the time to schedule your complimentary or online at DeWittandDunn.com. We have teammates standing by right now. Get it done with DeWitt & Dunn.
We'll start the year moving and not hurting. If joint pain is holding you back, listen up. There's a way to get real pain relief without surgery, without downtime, and without putting your life on pause. QC Kinetics delivers regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees and hips, shoulders, back, wherever it hurts. Instead of facing an invasive operation that sidelines you for months, these treatments happen right in the office, and you go about your day. Simple procedures that can deliver big, life-changing results. Skip the 3 to 6 months of recovery, skip the pain, skip the invasive surgery. Imagine this instead. You're moving better, stronger, planning the year you actually want, all because you took care of the pain the smart way. Game-changing regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. January is supposed to be your clean slate, so make it one. Stop managing the pain and start solving it with QC Kinetics. Call now for your free consultation. Call 972-972-8610. That's 972-972-8610. One more time, 972-972-8610.
This is Dallas Stars hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket! Banshee collided. It didn't look like a big collision. He's out here again for this shift, so he's fine, but it didn't look good.
Miro Heiskanen back for Rantanen. Stopped at the top of the zone, and then Dallas had to touch up as they rule it crawled over. So slowly out come the Capitals. They gain center ice. Ferravari. Thomas Harley skates away from some pressure. Front of the benches. Sends a hopper down to the backboards. Harley hustling after it himself. Taken instead by the Caps. They'll turn up ice. Sordiff for Leonard. Leonard holds on. Sordiff and Leonard, the two Caps rookies in the lineup. They have been productive, especially as of late. Johnston shot, saved by Thompson. Controlled by the Capitals, guided out by Sordiff, and here's Beauvillier. Played well by Esa Lindell. He was trying to maneuver around him. Rink-wide pass, doesn't find a connection. It's Colin Blackwell, who uses the width himself. Spread out by the Stars, and Labushkin has a lane. Off of Chikrin, Roy is on it. Good hunting work by Ritzkovian, jarred it loose. Near side, Labushkin hustles down the boards. The handoff on the overlap, Duchesne. It's written off by Chikrin, who then turned it over. The Stars missed the pass to Ritzkovian, slipped through it. Under 5 remaining, first period. 1-0, Dallas has the goal. Short-handed, Radek Faksa from Esa Lindell. Stick lift, and work by Hintz. Robertson guides it up to the point. Lundqvist, nice fade. Capobianco, he's in, another in front, and it wouldn't go at the top of the crease. How about those nifty moves from Kyle Capobianco? One of the best offensive defensemen in the American Hockey League the last few years, and nearly a dazzling setup. Caps are on the attack. Sandin's pass well off the mark. Stars have someone, a dangerous someone in Rope Hintz, who wanted it out at center ice. They can never get it up ice to him. Dowd pinned by Capobianco. Worked out. Save made to Smith on the tight angle shot. Maverick Bork plow his way past Carlson. Sandin has some time to hang on to it for Milano, who chips ahead. LaPierre. Fox had the stick knocked out of his hands on the back check. Shot by Chikrin, went through and wide, missed the corner of the crease. And up the near side boards, out to center. Beck flipping it over to the left, was behind Foxa. Milano got back, got it out of the zone, quick touch up, and crashed down by Bastian. Jacob Chikrin leads it ahead. LaPierre across the Dallas blue line. Juggled by the stick of Heiskanen. And catches up to it himself. Johnston had to recollect. Turned over, it's Leonard. Leonard left it behind the blue line. And at times, a game of hot potato here in the first period. Lifted into the Dallas zone where Lindell keeps it going. Stolen by the Caps, then taken back by the Stars. A shoot-in and a touch-up from Washington. Leonard circles behind the net. Great stick by Heiskanen once again, which is usually the case. He has it on the wall and clears it out to steal. Beauvillier taking on Heiskanen, trying to muscle his way through, holds up, spins a couple of times. Now on the forehand, angled pass to the point, and juggling it, they say keeping in, was Carlson. Colin Blackwell hit the brakes, turned away from Ovechkin, and then tossed it wide of the net. That's icing against the Stars.
Well, Kyle Capobianco has come into the lineup here tonight and shown all kinds of confidence with the puck. Look at him dangle through a sea of red. Just couldn't quite get this puck knifed out in front where he had awaiting teammates. It rattled into some bodies, had Thompson flailing around. Probably looking at the other side, he's like, they're thick with Hershey Bears. I played against a lot of these guys. I'm going to do my thing. And I think it's worked well for the Stars. Look, they've been very competitive on the puck, much more so than last night in the offensive zone. They cleaned things up in front of their own net immediately after DeSmith has made a save. They played well here in the first.
20th game of the season at the NHL level for Capobianco. On the near side, Ovechkin moves it across. First to it is Lindell. Cut down by Ovechkin. He ran into some traffic in the form of Blackwell. And the Stars shoot in. All the way down, that defensive pair out there, almost 2 minutes in Heiskanen and Lindell for the Stars. Ovechkin misses a couple of guys on his outlet feed. And entering the final minute here of the first period. Cleared off the glass by Washington. Niels Lundqvist back to take over. He's skating in his 200th NHL game tonight. Now Maverick Bourque. Toss off the corner. Rides to the near side. Caps had time to press through center. Crossing the blue line. Ethan Frank flips back to the point. Shot. And hung on to by DeSmith. Got the whistle, and he was upset that took so long to get the whistle. Brought some attention in front of him as well. The separation required. Dowd and Harley in the middle of it. Late in the first period, and Radek Faksa, shorthanded goal, still the only one.
Dallas, it's time for some Texas hockey. Download the Victory Plus app anywhere you stream and watch your Dallas Stars represent the Lone Star State with grit, speed, and heart absolutely free. From highlight reel goals and glass-shattering hits to exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes content, Victory Plus is the ultimate place to watch your Dallas Stars all season long. Get in the game and download the Victory Plus app for free today.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Dallas Stars tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Stars and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/stars.
Stars hockey on the ticket.
Here's Spencer Carberry, who had his Capitals rolling back in November, but they won just 5 of their last 15 games. Tonight, due to some injuries, seems like every line for him is slotted a level up from where they really should be. They don't have one individual in their top 3 lines here tonight that is going to play for an Olympic team in Milan next month.
Is a tough task.
Now, Russia's not involved. I'm pretty sure Ovi would be on the club.
I mean, we'll never know for sure. It's into the Caps bench and out of play, but I like his odds.
You know, look, it's for political reasons. The reasoning is obvious, but there was no Russian team at the World Junior Championships that just concluded. You know, it's such a great hockey-playing country, and if you ever get a peek at what the Russian team would look like if they were allowed to participate in the Olympics next month, they would be threatening for a medal. Starting in goal.
Yeah, think at that position. And Ovechkin, the leader of the goal-scoring mountain in NHL history. He was sitting on .899 the last time these two teams played early in the year. Final seconds here of the first period. And out to center ice it goes. Ovechkin, his last shift before that, actually a follow-through stick hit Ritskovian. And so he not on the bench for the closing minutes of this one. We'll check that status in the second. But it's a second that will begin with the Stars leading 1-0 on the Radek Fox's shorthanded goal.
Yeah, 9th of his career. I love the way the Stars played. It was a response. They had to do it for 3 periods, but they played an excellent road first period here in Washington tonight.
Talked about the benefit of what it could be to come off of last night's performance in Carolina and immediately have a chance to take it out on the next opponent. They certainly did through the first. They've got the lead. Intermission recap comes your way next.
The Stars are lighting it up this season on the ticket. Sharpen your skates with the Hardline and head coach Glenn Gulletson. Wednesday afternoons, Razor Ray and the Musers. Thursday morning, forward Matt Duchene finds the sweet spot. And Josh Bogorod skates with the Invasion every Wednesday. And at night, catch every game of Stars hockey on the station that's been lit more than a goal lamp. Sports Radio, 96.7 and 1310, The Tick.
Hi, this is Pete Thompson from the Consumer Team. If you're dealing with a furnace breakdown, call the On-Time Experts. 7 days a week, they'll be at your home same day, or the service and diagnostic fee is free. And their technicians are here to fix your furnace and get you warm again, and not just try to sell you a new system you may not need. Set your appointment online right now at theontimeexperts.com. Theontimeexperts.com. The On Time Experts, the official HVAC partner of the Dallas Stars.
Hey, why not start 2026 in a brand new ride? Corby here from my friends at Classic Kia who want to help you do just that. I'm here with Classic Kia owner Jesse Hull.
Thanks, Corby. Right now, get $2,000 customer cash and 0% APR for up to 48 months for qualified buyers, or $3,000 Kia finance cash. Also, ask about the 90 days until your first payment on the 2025 Telluride.
Those are some really great offers to kick off your new year, Jesse. Classic Kia of Carrollton, I-35 North in Carrollton, or shop 24/7 at ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
If you're thinking about retiring or about to retire, now's the time to regroup and get a plan together. Start by talking with retirement and annuities expert Kathy DeWitt Dunn and the team at DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services. Retirement is a major life event, and getting it right requires the right plan. Did you know that the average person spends 20 to 30 years in retirement? That's where Kathy and her team at DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services come in. No matter where you are on your retirement journey, working with DeWitt & Dunn can give you the confidence and peace of mind you deserve. With their unique perspective, tools, knowledge, and experience, they'll help you navigate the complexities of retirement planning. Put DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services to work for you. Even if you already work with a retirement advisor, call DeWitt & Dunn for an overview of your current plan. 972-473-4700. 972-473-4700. Or DeWittandDunn.com. Get it done with DeWitt & Dunn.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to start strong, so you can give everything you've got. From plate-loaded strength equipment and functional training areas to treadmills, stair climbers, and free weights. Our equipment is best in class, and our clubs are right around the corner, so you can make this your strongest year yet. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 9th.
6 new locations in DFW, including North Richland Hills and Mineral Wells.
See club for details.
This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia. On Sports Radio, 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
Well, the Stars lead the Washington Capitals 1-0 after 20 from the nation's capital. Intermission show brought to you by your DFW area Kia dealers. Michael Dixon, Bruce Levine here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. Bruce, yesterday, Glenn Gulletson said they needed to be more disciplined. They needed to have better structure defensively so they could snap out of this 6-game skid, and that was a lot more like it. Those first 20 minutes were a lot more like it.
Yeah, that was the Dallas Stars team we're used to seeing. Only one penalty in the period, a very questionable call on Ilya Lyubushkin, but otherwise they had some good structure, didn't give up odd man rushes. Casey DeSmith had one, maybe two tough saves to make, but they did what the Stars are supposed to do. Defensively in their own zone, kept everyone to the outside. I thought Kyle Copabianco, for not playing, pretty much for, since mid-December, looked really good in that first period, and that's what you want to see. Petrovic sits out tonight. Adam Ernie, I think he's out because of injury. Glenn Gulletson wouldn't say why he made the change, but after what happened to Adam Ernie last night on the big hit, I think we know what happened. Bastian had a good look at the net, and Radek Faksa was Radek Faksa. So all in all, good period for the Dallas Stars. Now you need to, you always talk about piling on. One period becomes 2 periods, 2 periods becomes 3 periods, 3 periods equals 1 game, and then you got to do it again. So for the Dallas Stars, 1 period. Now let's see if they can pile on, make it 2, make it 3.
So the period recap and highlights brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. And taking penalties has been an issue for the Stars. And almost 3 minutes in, Lyubushkin takes a penalty. It was holding against Chychrun. I think you nailed it. It could have gone uncalled. And the Stars find themselves shorthanded. But, well, maybe that was a good thing, because the Stars take advantage and shorthanded take a 1-0 lead.
Stars with a shot. Faksa, it's loose. He scores! Radek Faksa jumped on the loose puck. A shorthanded goal. Faksa's been involved with all of them for Dallas this year, and he breaks the seal down a man.
So Radek Faksa, shorthanded, Essa Lindell gets the assist at 3:06 of the first period, 1-0 Dallas.
And this is a very nice play by Radek Faksa. Takes the wrist shot from the right side and then goes around to Washington Capitals defenders back in their own zone. Faksa gets the pass from Lindell, comes over the blue line. It's a bad turnover from the Capitals at center ice, but Faksa on the right side, left-handed shot, takes the wrist shot. Okay, Logan Thompson lets up a rebound. That's not great. But he's got 2 guys between Radek Faksa and him. That is partially on Thompson, but more on the guys back in their own zone, John Carlson being one of them. All you got to do is step up. Step up. Take Fox out of the play. Even if you get knocked over, he's not going to get the puck and get the rebound. Credit to the Gravy Liquor. Vadek Foxa keeps going. First man to the puck after the shot, slides it home. It's a shorthanded goal, and that's why Radek Foxa is an Olympian, because he kills penalties and makes plays like that. It's nice to have Radek Foxa back, and that is another indication of why he's going to Milan for Czechia.
You need guys to fill roles, and that's exactly what Foxa has done pretty much his entire career in Dallas. Also worth noting, so that was a shorthanded goal, and then there was an offensive zone faceoff for Dallas, down a man, which just kind of gives you an idea of how poorly that power play, first 30 or so seconds of it, unfolded for Washington. And then Connor McMichael gets called for unsportsmanlike conduct for barking at the official when he got kicked out of a draw. So it was not a memorable power play for the Capitals. And
I sort of wonder if the referees wanted to make a makeup call, because you've really got to say something. I mean, usually the officials,
very rare.
Usually the officials would say, "That's it. That's you've said enough," and players will get the message. So either he didn't get the message, or he went straight to NC-17 and got tossed. All in all, though, the Stars, it was a bad call on Lyubushkin. Stars made the most of it.
I thought Kyle Capobianco looked pretty good there. You had mentioned that, but he had maybe the most dazzling moment of the first period with a couple of moves he made from the blue line. That's where he earns his keep as being a silky, puck-moving D-man, and he showcased that there in that first period.
Yeah, he looked good in that first period. The thing about, and it's hard to say, some guys are able to sit out. Joel Hanley was the best I've seen in the Dallas Stars uniform of just sitting around for days, weeks at a time, and jumping in like he's played every game. I think Taylor Fredune had a little bit of that, but Joel Hanley was so good at it. And we're seeing Kyle Capobianco with the same thing. He hasn't played much since December 11th. Okay, I want to stay in the lineup. I'm going to show you what I can do. Went to the net hard, created a quality opportunity. Stars had a little opportunity later in the period as Rantanen got the puck in front and whacked it away on Logan Thompson. So all in all, we saw the Dallas Stars do good things in that first period, but 20 minutes is not enough. As we've seen the last couple of weeks, 1-0's great. Make it 2-0. Make it 3-0. That's what the Dallas Stars have to do in period number 2. But all in all, they outshot Washington 10-8 in the first period. That was as good a period as we've seen the Dallas Stars play from a 200-foot perspective in a while.
All right, the intermission show brought to you by your DFW area Kia dealers. The Stars lead the Caps 1-0 after 20 from Capital One Arena there in the nation's capital. Coming up next, I'll check with Bruce on the out-of-town scoreboard. This is Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
Learn to skate at your local Children's Health Star Center with the Dallas Stars Try Skating for Free program. All new skaters ages 4 to adult can receive 2 free 30-minute sessions of instruction on consecutive Saturdays. Call 214-GO-SKATE or visit dallasstars.com/starcenters.
When the final horn sounds on the ice, that means it's game time at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Make a breakaway to over 7,000 slot machines. Show off your hands at the poker table. Capitalize on a lucky bounce of the dice at craps. And after your hot streak, don't forget to cool off with an ice-cold beer at one of our epic bars and lounges. Have the games of your life tonight at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts.
Sometimes a situation arises where you have to take your best shot. Criminal defense, serious injury, wrongful death. Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. When you need to take your best shot, there's one name to remember. Chris Lewis & Associates, your law firm for criminal defense and catastrophic injury. Don't let a conviction or severe injury destroy your life. When you have one shot, make it your best. Let us fight for you. Call 214-444-1000 or visit lewisdefense.com.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
TXU Energy Ultimate Season Pass means predictable savings in an unpredictable world. With 50% off energy charges during peak winter and summer, plus even more months of automatic savings. So when spring feels more like winter, or when summer just won't quit, you can rely on Ultimate Season Pass for savings when you need them most. More than $450. So while Texas weather keeps surprising, you can keep saving. TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Visit TXU.com for more information. Rep number 10004.
Slide, shoot, score, and more with us at Children's Health Star Center's Hockey and Skating Academies. Whether a pro or a rookie, we've got programs for all skill levels to help your child progress in hockey or figure skating. For more information, visit DallasStars.com/StarCenters.
Hear the highlights and keep up with other games around the NHL. This is the Dallas Stars Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia. On Sports Radio, 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
Well, the Stars lead the Capitals 1-0 after 20 minutes from Capital One Arena there in Washington, D.C. The intermission show brought to you by your DFW area Kia dealers. I'm Michael Dixon. That's Bruce Levine. We're on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. Bruce, it is a quieter Wednesday night around the league, but there are some other games going on outside of the one in D.C.
Well, there's one going on right now, and in Montreal, the Flames and Canadiens have no goals. About 9 minutes into the first period. Later tonight, the Blues at Blackhawks. Connor Bedard closer to playing for Chicago again. Might play this weekend. The Stars will be in San Jose on Saturday, flying to San Jose tomorrow. So they're going to play tonight and then take the whole day to fly cross country. Sharks at Kings. Corey Perry leaving the Kings for a family-related matter. And the Senators will play at the Utah Mammoth. And the big news of the day is that Utah is getting the Winter Classic next year. They'll play at the University of Utah Football Stadium. And the big news to me is that they are playing the Colorado Avalanche. I thought for sure the Stars were going to play the Avalanche in the Stadium Series in Jerry World and blow the roof off that place. Now, my guess is in order of possibility, Minnesota first, Chicago second, and Vegas third. But I would have liked to have seen Colorado come here for the Winter Classic. For the Stadium Series. Instead, they're going to the Winter Classic. I wonder who the Stars are going to play.
Kind of fits with what the league has done over the last handful of years, trying to create a sense of newness, I guess, with the Winter Classic. And we've seen Seattle host it. We've seen now Florida hosted it in Miami. We've seen now Utah hosting it next year. So they clearly are trying to get this event to markets it has not yet been to.
Well, I think Utah's going to be a slam dunk with the new owner and that the way they're excited about hockey. People are buying season tickets for obstructed view. I'm pretty sure they're going to sell out that football stadium. And one other bit of Stars news today, Dallas announcing that Justin Ritzkovian signs a 2-year contract extension one way. The kid's going to be making NHL money no matter where he is, $950,000 a year. And you want to talk about a guy that's earned it. Free agent out of college, now gets a 2-year NHL deal. Congratulations to the Northeastern grad.
Good for Ritzy. All right, the Stars lead at 1-0 after 20. Second period next on The Ticket.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back for a limited time and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver.
Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles toward your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free check bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Heard that jingle before? That's the sound of a great deal. I'm Dax Kirks, co-owner of Best Buy Windows and Siding. And when you hear that tune, remember this. Get 10 double-pane, single-hung windows installed with a lifetime warranty for just $59.50. Now that's a price that's tough to beat. No gimmicks, just great windows made here in North Texas. Call 469-WINDOWS. That's 469-WINDOWS, or visit us at bestbuywindowsandsiding.com.
Best Buy Windows and Siding.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The Capitals scored 3 of the next 4 goals in the game, and the Stars lost the contest overall. This is far from over. Special teams goals for the Stars have done it for them against Washington this year, though.
Their only goal in a 1-0 victory back on October 28th was a power play goal from Tyler Seguin. It went in off of Faravari. It was a centering pass that took a friendly carom. Lifted out, jump ball at center ice, and they ruled that it was played via the hand.
You know, you look at how the Stars played last night. Look, a much quieter night for Mikko Rantanen here this evening. And his ears are getting a rest. The Caniacs took it personal that he decided not to stay long-term in Raleigh and with the Hurricanes. But all the things that the Stars were poor with last night, they have played well so far here this evening, especially the competitive on the puck aspect of it.
On cue, they create an offensive zone turnover, but the Caps steal it right back. Play it ahead, and Miro Heiskanen gets to it, fights his way through the forechecking pressure. Got it out to center ice. Faravari pestered and offside. That was called by the rookie sort of before the linesman as Sam Steele brought it back over.
Yeah, these Caps are trying to, you know, on the fly, turn things over a little bit. They got really old and slow and full of money after they won the Stanley Cup. And some of these kids have come in. You mentioned back in the first period, Josh, about Sordiff and Ryan Leonard. Ryan Leonard's been a point-a-guy game for a month, and Sordiff is coming off that career best 5-point game as a rookie and a Hattie.
Career best, season best. You know, when you set the high water mark there, 5's a pretty nice hurdle to try and clear. Rare company as the Stars stuff it a couple of times and taken by the Capitals. Maverick Bourque looking to join the goal-scoring party.
And very indicative of the confidence that has bubbled up in Maverick. You know, he calls his own number a lot now. Like, he took that hard and strong to the rack on the backhand.
Loved by DeSmith. He hangs on to that bid for the stoppage. Just over a minute gone by in the second, and in the corner looked like it was just going to be a pretty peaceful stoppage. Not so much.
Brendan Duhaime doesn't have very many peaceful and quiet shifts, and he and Ilya Lyubushkin are jawing at one another with the stripes in between. After it, I mean, Smith hung on to it and he took a little jab, you know, get into his kitchen a little bit. Ilya didn't like it. Two of them boxed each other a little bit. A lot of gloves to the face. We're going to get a penalty, if not penalties, out of this, I think.
Both doors are open.
Yeah,
we'll get the announcement.
Confusing all over the place. Maybe we should listen.
Washington, number 22. Dallas, number 46. 2 minutes each for roughing.
Strong mic technique there to describe why they're both going to be in the box. And it's like the first period. Remember that sequence of penalties that ultimately led to the shorthanded goal for Radek Faksa, but it was like the overlap and some goofy stuff, and now they're summoning players from the other side. It was the stuff after the initial confrontation, and Nate Bastian comes wheeling across to step into the bin.
He's in because Ilya Lyubushkin opened up a cut, so he went back down the tunnel during that stoppage. Not a power play, still 4-on-4, but because it's 4-on-4, not 5-on-5, you got to have someone to serve it to come out of the box, and that someone is Bastian. Roy up at the blue line, over to Chikrin. Will drop it down in deep, and moved over to Miro Heiskanen. That inside position on Strome. Goes back for Esa Lindell. Second bout of 4-on-4. There were the overlapping calls from back in the first period. Nothing materialized from that.
Just about, though.
Yes, indeed. It was just after the Stars scored. Here's a shot by Heiskanen. Rifled that wrister. Turned away by Thompson. Almost halfway through this 4-on-4 session. And Heiskanen spreading it out with Lindell. Laid it up ahead. It was an errant pass, and that is icing. Well, fans, fast-paced indoor soccer action is streaming free on Victory Plus. Catch all the goals and all the energy with Major Arena Soccer League. You can watch every match this season for free on Victory Plus. Sam Steele leaving it back for Lindell. The Stars very patient to begin the trek up ice. Now it's Matt Duchene. Duchene sitting on 899 career points. To the left, Harley. In front, score! Steele at the side of the net. Harley played it in front. And this 4-on-4 is profitable for Dallas. Duchene should pick up the helper for .900.
The Caps almost had that cross-crease pass connect for them back in the first period, 4-on-4. Wonderful. That is as Ulf Dahlin 10-2 as you're going to get. You know, defenseman being aggressive. Thomas Hart, look at that. Look at that pedal. Look at that edge work. And then Carlson had a great view. Token resistance on Sam Steele off the back post, and a big tally for the Stars to go up 2-0.
Steele gets his 7th goal and 15th point. It's points now in 5 of the last 9 games for Sam Steele. Harley, the primary helper, Matt Duchene, the secondary for .900. Behind the net, Stars have doubled their lead here early in the second period. Final seconds of 4-on-4. Robertson in. He shoots, and it was blocked to the corner. Carlson got in the way of that one. Out of the box, both Duhaime and Bastian. Leonard bringing it over, the 20-year-old for Sandin. And now down on the end line. And the Capitals just played it to a vacant blue line. Banked forward. Roy. Casey DeSmith now. Lundqvist. Following up is Wyatt Johnston. Johnston stick handles, leaves, Rantanen spins. Capobianco fan. He wanted to move it to the right. Steele was there all alone. If Capobianco can get that one to him. Cradled by Milano. First off the skate, now the stick. Milano in the corner. Ridden into the boards. Possession taken away, and the Stars steal. Turned back over neutral ice. Ovechkin. The lead was ahead of Dowd, too far. Slow moving, never got to Johnston, straddling the center line. Chikrin waiting while the Capitals complete a change. Stars mix in one as well. And up and out of play on the McElrath dumping.
Go back to that rush for the Stars and an opportunity to make this a 3-0 game. Hintz takes the line. Robertson likes to shoot. There were other options for him. He just basically drilled it into Carlson, who just stood there. You don't see that often from Robertson, who has the biggest shot share in the National Hockey League right now, and he doesn't blink twice to shoot the puck, but I think he could have went somewhere else or hung on to it a little longer there.
Colin Blackwell in front of the Dallas bench, then Duchesne. He gets knocked down. Helmet came off on contact from McElrath. He bends over, puts it back on, and then hops over the boards and Foxa in. And Duchesne still getting fully readjusted.
Yeah, he seemed to be in between whether he was going to try to put the bucket back on or just change. He was so close to the bench. Just change on it. Tough play trying to chip it past. Man, he almost took an elbow from the big boy on D. And more conversations coming after that. The 900th point for Matt Duchesne. Man, he got his top popped on. Now he's still trying to get the bucket back on the Stars bench. And you know, only John Tavares from that now 2009 draft has more points in his career than Matt Duchesne has, and he hits a big round number with that secondary assist.
Had 82 points in 82 games for the Stars last year as their leading scorer. Disjointed start to this one with the early injury in just the third game of the season. Cost him a lot of time, and working his way back, helping to set up the Stars' second goal of the game as part of a 2-0 lead. They've got it Foxa behind the net, where getting crunched down, McElrath.
He's out here to inflict some pain.
Bastian battling at the net front. Bastian gave him a stick right across the lower back. Hustling after it, Foxa. Taken by the Capitals. Kicked up to Strome through center ice. He feeds to the left. Installed back behind the net. And Strome had it taken away. Deflected pass, and there's room for Maverick Bourque. Up ice comes Bourque. Down the left wing. Stunner step on Sandin. Keeps it going for Lundqvist. Shot redirected and wide of the net. Thomas Harley back to collect. The helper from Harley, his 14th assist and 16th point. This is game number 32 for him. He's also missed some time. It's a lengthy list of Stars and, for that matter, players around the NHL who have. Twisted off the sidewall, taken away by Dallas, flipped ahead. Robertson trying to catch up. Thompson just stayed put and allowed it to get to him, and it did just in the nick of time for the netminder.
Trusting the ice on that one. Usually you see a goaltender be way more aggressive than that.
Centering pass from Sordiff, and it slides away from everybody. Cleared out to neutral ice by the Stars. They take the Washington line. Cross corner. Eero Heiskanen backpedaling to the Dallas blue line, where he flips it in front of the benches. Fervari from center shoots in. Hop off the dasher board and then netting. The Smith signaling to everyone that that one was out of play, and the officials agree. Sam Steele doubles the lead for Dallas. A nifty setup from Thomas Harley. And Steele's 7th of the year to make it 2-0.
This is Chris Lewis of Chris Lewis & Associates. Sometimes it pays to have a star on your team, like when you're accused of a serious crime or become the victim of a severe injury due to negligence. Events like these can destroy the life you've built unless you take fast action. Reach out to lewisdefense.com or call 214-444-1000. Let us fight for you. That's lewisdefense.com, your star team for criminal defense and serious injury representation.
At Comerica Bank, we have powered Fortune 500s scaled national brands, and partnered with the biggest game changers. Now we're bringing that same professional-grade support to small businesses with tools trusted by industry leaders like free office space, free advertising, and free market research to help level the playing field. To learn more, visit Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender. Offers available to Comerica small business clients only. Terms apply.
Join the most loyal Dallas Stars fans by signing up for the Victory Club member waitlist. Be one of the first to know when full and half-season plans become available for the 2026-27 Stars season. Joining the waitlist offers exclusive pre-sales and discounts, including member pricing offers on select games, 2026 playoff ticket access, and more. For more information on the Victory Club member waitlist, visit dallasstars.com/waitlist and submit an interest form today.
The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket!
All lit up in the nation's capital. Stars lighting up the Washington Capitals 2-0. The Caps trying to push back a little bit physically, especially here in the second period. Stars are okay with it here tonight, though. They've been confrontational at times. They've been very aggressive on the puck. Haven't seen a lot of this during this 6-game winless streak for the Stars, but they've been in the battle at the net front, both net fronts, along the boards, been rewarded with a shorthanded goal and sort of a special teams goal too, and that it was 4-on-4 when Steele made it 2-0.
Thomas Harley for Lyubushkin. Defensive zone and banked up to Steele, who enters, surveying his options. Across, and Harley jumped on him. He had to follow up to the corner. Trying to return the favor after it was Harley setting up Steele. And comes out to Leonard. Niftly over for McMichael. Leonard going back. McMichael in, spun to Leonard. Drags and never able to do anything with it. Hopped off his blade more than he wanted. From a tight angle, slap pass that ricochets twice. Then Roy for Sardif. That was a whole lot of good-looking, close, but nothing at the end of it. Shot finds back glass off Lyubushkin's stick. Sardif the move to the left. And almost caught to Smith. Going to the right, he had to stretch back out with the left leg. At the point, Lindell off a body, then Blackwell. Here come the Capitals. Strome enters the attack zone. Pickpocketed and Blackwell. He's headed with help. Blackwell in, flip to the right, and a wide angle. The Stars spread a little wide, and then Duchesne didn't have the angle on it. Beauvillier for Strome. Back and forth they go, and it's the Stars up ice. Blackwell, his shot, blocked into a changeup, and then the centering pass got through Duchesne. Wow. Swing and a miss, Lundqvist. Trading chances just shy of the midway point.
Certainly trading rushes. There weren't very many chances mixed in there, though. The cheese was falling off the cracker repeatedly. First time the game has really opened up, though, here tonight.
Capobianco, his shot unable to get through. Robertson, nice spin, and could not squeeze it short side. And Niels Lundqvist wanted Bork. No icing here as it gets all the way down. Broken stick there belonging to Carlson. He heads across. The puck, English in on to Smith. He keeps it going with a bunt for Lyubushkin. He's pestered by Dowd. Thomas Harley walks it out, put it on net, so no icing from behind center ice. Dowd glancing. Forehand pass. Misses Leeson. Shot in by Foxa. That hit the broken piece of shrapnel, that large shaft. It used to belong to Carlson and now comes on the near side. Not cleared. Kept alive by Foxa. Chikrin spreads it out for Roy. Helter Skelter. Capobianco raced it down first. Here comes Radek Faksa across the blue line. Faksa to the right and a one-timer. Stopped and cleared from the top of the crease and out.
That's a couple of times that Nils Lundqvist has been very eager, very quick to shoot the puck. A big key and a nice trade.
Sordiff gets bounced off the puck. And slowly inside the defensive trapezoid. Lindell finds Beck. Across, and Johnston with speed. Wyatt Johnston tried to dance to the inside and stripped away. Played well, Sandin. And icing against Washington.
Well, the Stars showing that they have plenty of energy left in a back-to-back situation. They turn a puck over. It's a 3-on-1 that develops too slow, allows the Caps to get back and break it up. Both sides trying to use the width of the rink on attack, and it was getting eaten up by sticks. Transition the other way. Colin Blackwell sends a little muffin in to get it back out in front again. The lineup of bodies between the shot and the net. Robertson comes up with it. He can't find a window.
We were talking about chances. It was like chances for chances that just wouldn't fully materialize. 2-0 remains the score, and Dallas across the blue line. Harley lays it in behind and moved Carlson. A hopper in front of the benches. Haskinen's first to it, and the Stars steal. Power his way past Carlson. Lays it behind the net. Dallas gets to it. Mikko Rantanen. A switch on Sandin. Rantanen still with it. Controlling. Fed Harley. Shot. And in front. Knocked high out of the air by Johnston. Over the net and then touched next by the Stars. Mikko setting up the latest look for the Stars, but they've got the only goals, and we are into the back half of this hockey game. Fox in the first, Steele in the second.
Well, there are so many great vehicle choices at Classic Kia of Carrollton. And to kick the year off, my friends at Classic Kia have fantastic offers on their most popular models. Corby here with Classic Kia owner Jesse Hull.
Thanks, Corby. Right now, get $1,500 customer cash and 0% APR for up to 48 months for qualified buyers, or $2,500 Kia finance cash on all new 2026 Sorrentos.
Test drive the 26 Sorrento or any of your favorite models today. Head up to Classic Kia of Carrollton or shop 24/7 online at ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
Need a reason to call Thomas J. Henry Law after a car accident? How about $1 billion? Because Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. And why we're one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. Car accident? Visit ThomasJHenryLaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
2-zip on the Caps. Wyatt Johnston having another good game here tonight. Our Kia Spotlight. Johnston's ongoing assault on the Stars power play goal records. The kid is up to 15 after scoring another last night. The puck has been on his stick blade for a total of 15 or 20 seconds on the 15 goals. He's so quick and intelligent with his shot. Consistently beats goaltenders' movement, especially laterally. And the records he is chasing, Modano's Dallas Stars mark of 18 power play goals, en route to a 50-goal campaign that year, and Dino Ciccarelli's franchise record of 22 some 40 years ago. Wyatt's pace would have him score, just in the shadow of 30 power play goals for this season. And the little whack power play goal last night was obviously functional. The shift where he undressed the 4 penalty killers but couldn't beat Bussey was the better one.
Those numbers are wild. He could catch Mo by the end of this road trip. At center ice, bunted back. Roy over for Frank.
Been more 4-on-4 than power plays in this game tonight, though.
Frank off the wall, backhand, and it goes wide. Each team has had one power play of the short variety from those overlapping penalties. And Glenn Gulletson, and it's centered right back to Bork. The key words for him were defense and discipline to get yourself out of this 6-game skid, knocked down via high stick. Well, they are check and check more than halfway through.
Get the back care you need and get back to life fast.
Well, that is kind of my thing.
Healthcare that keeps you in motion. It's not complicated.
Been a good game all around for Robertson and company. They're outshot the Caps in the game. They've outscored them 2-0. Again, they've had lots of pace and heat on the puck wherever it is on the ice. We're going to get a scrap here.
We are. Lyubushkin and Duhaime. Right off the draw, Duhaime, a couple of rights. He's got that right free by the edge of the Caps bench. Lyubushkin trying to turn him around and get reset. A couple of short rights from the Dallas defenseman. A couple more. A wild right. They went down for a second, back up, and then down again, and have to be pried off of one another.
And Ilya, who had repairs after the two of them got in that dispute earlier in the period, reopened the gash on his nose. They went at one another, sticks and gloves, and Ilya got the worst of that. Come back out here, and the first time they were both on the ice together, and it's the second scrap of the year for Lyubushkin.
46, Dallas. 5 minutes each, fighting.
Just got twisted around, and then once he got that headlock in there, I thought he was going to feed him uppercuts for a while, but he could never really get going. It's just, there's been much more fight in Glenn Gulletson's squad, no pun intended. I mean, they've been in the face, in the grill for the first time in a while, and they've earned some of the space that they've garnered in the game tonight.
Stars at center ice with the puck. Mikko Rantanen. And then dumped in deep. I believe that was just the 5th fight in the NHL career of Ilya Lyubushkin. Crossing the blue line and down into the corner. And the Stars steal. They'll flip along out of the reach of Rantanen. He heads to the bench, mixing a short change. In come the Caps. It's Leonard. Turning on the left wing wall, then the bank. Chychrun with it, over to Carlson. To the right side, McMichael. Deflected off the back glass. Charging the crowd after that scrum between Duhaime and Lyubushkin. Still skating 5-on-5 is Blackwell. Slices in. Fake shot, curled behind the net. Fed over to Duchesne. And run into by Roy, and it's out towards center. Beauvillier for Roy. Back for Beauvillier. Stolen by the Stars. They'll look to counter. But it was ahead of Blackwell, who's calling to the bench as he changes.
Stars have really handled the rush of the Capitals well here tonight as they send a long lead feed and icing on their side. You know, one of the areas the Stars have gotten a little delinquent with their defensive game was that, you know, allowing the other side to just wheel in with numbers and create offense off of it. And the Stars, for the most part, and it's not just the D, it's forwards, you know, charging back to help out. And they've squeezed that avenue for the Caps in the game tonight.
Losses are losses, but that was just such an uncharacteristic 60 minutes to watch play out last evening in Raleigh. And the way the schedule turns, 24 hours later, a little bit north, still on the East Coast. Chance to rewrite it, and they have. Left wing, save made by DeSmith. And the Stars carry it out. Esa Lindell crossing the blue line. They say onside. Shot. Bork on the right wing, then Robertson's bid is blocked and Dowd. He crosses center. Fanned on it, and the Stars will push it up ahead. Hintz turning off the wing. Rope Hintz, backhand turned aside. That played for Lundqvist. Distance drive hung on to. And Thompson, a good sequence there. Rope Hintz wanted to stretch the lead, unable to. He looks up to take another look. Remains 2-0 Stars in the nation's capital.
If you're hearing this, you're a P1 just like us.
When it comes to leadership, there's no skating by. On the ice, the Dallas Stars set the standard, and on the road, Ford does. Like how F-Series has been America's best-selling trucks for 49 years straight. Performance, capability, dependability. That's our hat trick for every truck and SUV. And that's why your Texas Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of the Dallas Stars. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY total sales.
Ford is the best in Texas.
The buzzer is sounded. The puck is about to drop. Time to get your fave Lay's chips. Stars fans, whether you're stomping and chanting in the arena or hosting the ultimate watch party, Lay's has the perfect chip for you. So make it spicy, make it savory, make it tangy, make it your own. Lay's, official partner of your Dallas Stars.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan. 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how's Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Stars hockey on the ticket.
It was born out of some great defense. Rush chance, Dowd's trying to bust down the wing. Stars turn it against the grain. Capobianco there. It's a mini B-way for Rope Hintz, who could use some offense. Again, never really got a great chance off. I'm not sure if he was looking for the 5-hole or trying to lift it. Just a goal and a helper in the last 7 games for Rope. Now, when he gets hot, man, he can put some pucks in the opposition net.
Lundqvist has to chase it back down after the one-time bid got through it.
And he is not looking to pass the puck tonight. As soon as it comes back to number 5, he is blasting it.
Niels Lundqvist setting back up after the icing against the Stars.
I think the decor in general's played well here tonight. He's played well. You've seen the aggression out of Lyubushkin. The Finns have been their usual stout selves back there as a pair. You've got a goose egg on the board. It has not been an overly difficult game for Casey DeSmith. He's just been clean on everything that the Caps have wired his way.
Leonard and his stick went flying. Booze rained down as the crowd wanted to call. Leonard did too. We go on, and a shot goes wide from the slot for Anthony. Sardiff to the left wing, then back across where it's poked. Banked for Johnston. In the skates at Chychrun, he got knocked down. Sardiff pestered a couple times. There's going to be a slashing penalty against Mikko Rantanen. And then there's aftermath. We've seen quite a few of these scrums post-whistle. The initial call was going against the Stars. Capobianco. This thing just simmering and simmering. He and McMichael. Sardiff is in there as well.
Yeah, this is fantastic. It's what the Stars have needed. They're in the fight here tonight. I think they're going to be short-handed, though. Right off the face-off, Leonard trying to dangle his way into the slot, stripped of the stick, and after all that, rush attempt for the Stars. What a great little slip pass. Again, it's the skippy drive of Wyatt Johnston to drive into the zone, and then Rantanen hammered one wide. The hit in the corner, you can see Nils Lundqvist look around like, really? Not that. And arms in the air, gloves boxing ears. The battle is on, and the Stars are ahead.
So Washington has a power play with Mikko Rantanen in the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Power play number 2. The initial call is the only one that came. Rantanen started the night 8th in the NHL in penalty minutes. He's now up to 75 on the season. You look at the top 10 of penalty minutes in the NHL, nobody has more than 15 points except for Mikko Rantanen, who's on the doorstep of 60. You get just outside the top 10, Washington's got a player that can kind of rival the stat line in Tom Wilson, not in the lineup tonight. Spinning is Chychrun. Got it back from Leonard. And over to the left wing side where Washington spreads it high. Karlsson, then Chychrun. And when a guy with that type of shot is fanning on those opportunities, you know it's not their night so far anyway. Wrapped around. Cut off by Heiskanen and off a stick off the high corner glass. 50 seconds left in the power play for the Capitals. Alex Ovechkin and over for Strome. Good stick Heiskanen up to Blackwell, and he's able to muscle it to center ice. Washington has to touch back up. Slow pass, though, claimed by the Stars. Justin Ritskovian in, shorthanded, and then flung a shot wide. Dallas is changing. Sam Steele. And he pursues after it. Sort of just holding him off with the free hand. But precious seconds tick away, and down to just 8 seconds on the power play. Up ice penalty killing from the Stars. This has been a bit of a problem area for them. Dallas has fallen out of the top 10. They're 11th in the NHL in penalty killing, but they are a perfect 2 for 2 tonight. Rantanen just recently released, trying to claw his way around Sandin. Held by Harley. And the half-boards hints for Rantanen. He went for the reverse on Sandin, who was expecting it. Got out of the way. Check thrown, but held by Robertson. Harley wanted to go back for Robertson and poked out to center. Coughed up by Capobianco. Carried in McMichael. His shot. Up and out of play with $1:23 left in the second period.
You know, they've done so well. They've been really firm with the puck. Don't feed the Caps. Karlsson and Chychrun trying to team up on that power play set earlier. There's the little gift scamper, and nicely cleaned up by Thomas Harley with the long stick. You know, without the big, he's still living that fanned on one-timer. Chychrun is back on their bench. He was set up, and he can stimulate it, and wide open, and it went for naught. He's their leader in power play goals with Tom Wilson not in the lineup here tonight, so he would be their guy to feed. It still seems weird to say that when number 8's on the ice all the time, but it's true.
Yes, it does. Chychrun was a 20-goal scorer last year. He's on a pace just shy of 30 this season. 1 goal behind Zach Werenski for the NHL lead among defensemen so far. Duchesne sent it off skates. We're in the final minute of period number 2. 2-0. Stars have the lead. Funneled low. Thompson, the netminder, to the near side boards. Reached by Heiskanen, and now back behind the Dallas net. DeSmith for Lindell. Hops away from a couple of different guys. Reversed, and the first to it is Washington's LaPierre. He got surrounded by Stars. Maverick Bourque, the area pass out of the reach of Johnston. Ovechkin for Strome, who's in. Hand to the left. They set it up. Back to the left. Save to Smith. And the Stars will go the other way. Sort of had the look. Hintz wanted Robertson. Dislodged, and back comes Washington. Crossing the line, Carlson. Laid it too far for Ovechkin. And a second period that's had some wild sequences ends with one more. And a 2-0 score line. DeSmith, a big save to punctuate it.
Well, it's what Casey DeSmith usually does, especially in these circumstances. When they do break down, he comes up with that clutch stop. Sort of shoots it against the grain. He couldn't shoot it off the pads. He had to touch it for a second to himself to set it up. They had guys around the net. Stars cleaned it up. Nice work by Maverick Bourque to drive all the way to the net front to help clean it up. Stars doing to the Cap what they usually do to them here. Frustrate them and lead them in scoring.
Sam Steele had the only goal of the second period. There were plenty of collisions, a fight, bad blood brewing between the Stars and Caps, but it's Dallas up by 2 after 2.
Dallas Fort Worth's first and best all sports station is Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. Online everywhere at DFW Ticket. 31 years and counting of independent, unbiased hot sports opinions on your favorite teams. Get big laughs hanging out every day with the Ticket guys you know and love. And you'll never miss anything sportsy because our insiders got you covered. We're all one big P1 family. Hugs from Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket.
Hi there, it's Pete Thompson from the Consumer Team. If you're being told by an HVAC company that you need to replace your home's furnace, pump the brakes and don't get ripped off. Call the On-Time Experts for a free second opinion. They'll tell you the truth and not just try to sell you a furnace you may not need. Their focus is fixing your furnace and getting you warm again. Plus, you'll get a stay warm guarantee for the rest of the winter. Book your appointment online right now at theontimeexperts.com. Theontimeexperts.com. The On-Time Experts, the official HVAC partner of the Dallas Stars.
Well, there are so many great vehicle choices at Classic Kia of Carrollton. I drive an EV, and my wife loves her Telluride. And to kick off the year, my friends at Classic Kia have fantastic January offers. Corby here with Classic Kia owner Jesse Hull.
Thanks, Corby. Right now, get 2,000 Kia finance cash or 0.9% APR for up to 48 months for qualified buyers on a 2026 Sportage. Also, ask about the 90 days until your first payment.
Test drive the 2026 Sportage or any of your favorite models today. Go to Classic Kia of Carrollton or shop online 24/7 at ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
Big news, Dallas. J. Alexander Law is now the proud sponsor of the Dallas Stars. The team that stands for grit, speed, and victory now stands on business with the law firm that does the same. When it comes to a truck wreck or serious injury, call 1-800-INJURED and put J. Alexander Law on your side. Official law sponsor of the Dallas Mavericks and SMU Athletics, and now proud partner of the Dallas Stars. J. Alexander Law at 1-800-INJURED, standing on business.
Rock icon Sting brings his Sting 3.0 tour to Choctaw Grand Theater Saturday, May 9th. Fronting his power trio, Sting performs the most electrifying songs from his timeless discography. Presented by the Cherry Tree Music Company and Live Nation. Tickets to the Sting 3.0 tour are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Sting 3.0 live, Choctaw Casino Resort, Durant.
Hi, it's Josh Perkins with DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services. Just like a great hockey team needs a solid defense and a winning playbook, your retirement needs protection, reliable income, and minimized risk. Now's the time to schedule your complimentary consultation with DeWitt & Dunn. Let us help you retire like a champion. Call 972-473-4700 or online at DeWittandDunn.com. We have teammates standing by right now. Get it done with DeWitt & Dunn.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
The Stars are taking a breather between periods, but we keep taking shifts. It's Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine. on the Dallas Stars Intermission Report. Brought to you by Kia. On Sports Radio, 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
The Stars lead the Caps 2-0 after 40 minutes from Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Intermission show brought to you by your DFW area Kia dealers. Michael Dixon, Bruce Levine here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. Bruce, through 40, the Stars have been very good. It's been pretty low event, but that's obviously just fine with them, and needing to be more structured, needing to be better defensively. They've done that, and I thought they've been excellent tonight.
But that's the Stars' road mantra to win. Low events, low opportunity for the other team, and get to 3. We talked about this last night. Stars have given up 4 or more goals in 6 straight, and for a team that wants to get to 3 to win, that's just too many to give up. So far tonight, Dallas only allowing 13 shots on goal to Washington, which is very impressive. On the power play, Dallas has more goals than the Capitals have shots when Washington has the man advantage. Washington, 2 power play opportunities, 0 shots on goal. Dallas, 1 shot in goal during the Washington power play. So you're seeing the Dallas Stars play the game that's going to make Glenn Gulletson and his staff happy if they can do this for 20 more minutes. When you look at why the Stars have been successful this year, it's this type of game. This is how they play. Defense first, score when they have the opportunity. And Glenn Gulletson even said it this morning, we're not going to outscore our way out of a losing streak. We've got to play better defense and have better discipline to get out of the losing streak. And through 40 minutes, we've seen both of those happen.
All right, so it was 1-0 after one. Roddick Fox is shorthanded at 3:06, had the only goal of the game. And in the second period, Lyubushkin and Duhaime, remember those 2 names because we'll talk about them more in a second, but those 2 go for roughing. So the Stars and Caps play 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and during that 4-on-4, the Stars take a 2-0 lead.
To the left, Harley. In front, score! Steal at the side of the net. Harley played it in front. And this 4-on-4 is profitable for Dallas. Duchesne should pick up the helper for .900.
Steal from Harley and Duchesne at 2:37, and this is a little more like it from number 55.
Yeah, this is the Thomas Harley that you want to see. This is the Thomas Harley that makes things happen on both ends of the ice. Matt Duchesne comes over the blue line on the right side and just pretty much a little drop pass to Harley, and Harley goes. And if you watch it, his skates go in opposite directions. Razor calls it 10-2. We used to call it the Sidewinder back in the day. Of course, Razor played in the NHL, and I didn't, so we'll go with the 10-2. But I do like the Sidewinder. We used to call it the Sidewinder. And he goes sideways, goes around the D-man, and Sam Steele has planted himself in front of the net, boxed out John Carlson, and Harley puts the puck right on the stick of Steele, right in front of the net. Easy deflection, easy tap in for Sam Steele, and the Dallas Stars have a 2-goal lead. Boy, if you could see more of Thomas Harley doing this as it goes on with the confidence and the ability that he has and the playmaking savvy, this is the Thomas Harley you want to see. That was a great play. Doubles the Dallas Stars lead. And we said in the first intermission, 1-0 is good, but you need to have the next goal. You need to be the team that raises the lead instead of giving it back that we've seen Dallas do during the 6-game losing streak. I don't want to call it losing, winless streak, because they didn't get 3 points out of it, but this is what they needed to get to 2, and the rest of the period, Dallas had a couple of chances to extend it, and Casey DeSmith has made the saves he's needed to make.
I wrote this down, and it feels like the Stars are just more connected tonight, especially with their breakouts. They have more connectivity between the D-men and the forwards. Is that the structure that they're looking for?
Yeah, exactly. They're getting the puck out of the zone. Now, granted, Washington isn't exactly a team that's playing well, but you know what? Dallas isn't playing well either, so you take it. But this is, you look back at the road games and why Dallas has the road record they have of 13-4-5. This is the way they play. They're not looking to be exciting. They're looking to make sure that chances are down and that shots come from the outside and there are no rebounds for the other team to jump on. Now, Washington is not as fast as some of the teams that Dallas has played, but the Stars are doing what they need to do here, and that's keep everybody to the outside. I think Nils Lundqvist has looked a little bit better. Kyle Copabianco looks good. He looks like a guy that has been playing the entire time instead of been sitting out since mid-December. And they just seem to have a bit of a freshness to them with Copa Bianco in there, and everyone else is just playing their game. And, of course, the Finns, well, Lindell and Heiskanen are just fabulous.
I told you to remember those names because Lyubushkin and Duhaime, the coincidental minors for roughing, that wasn't the only coincidental penalties between those two in the free second
No,
period.
I'm sort of surprised that Lyubushkin dropped the gloves there. I know that he's mad at Duhaime. I know that he's angry and he wanted to get revenge, but the team's up by 2. The building's dead. Washington's got nothing going. I know there are some people who don't believe this, but a good fight sometimes jumpstarts the building in a hockey team. You know, we saw Jamie Benn try to do that against Florida. Remember against Florida? Jamie Benn decided, you know what, I'm fighting somebody. Yeah. We got to get some life in this building. Sometimes a good fight will get the building up and running, and for Lyubushkin to entertain Duhaime at that point really played into Washington's hands, but they couldn't do much with it. And Lyubushkin had to go back for stitches after the first scrum. I think he had to go back for a little more. I saw him get cut. I mean, stitches reopen very easily when you're doing that kind of thing.
And DeSmith had a great save there at the end.
Yeah, if the Stars win this game, remember the save that DeSmith made on Justin Sortif. That was one where if the puck goes in with under a minute to go, the lead is cut in half. Washington goes into the locker room with excitement and confidence. Instead, DeSmith makes the save. It's a 2-goal lead, and the Dallas Stars are 20 minutes away from getting back in the win column.
Yeah, they've been very good tonight. It's been refreshing to see 2-0 after 40 there from the nation's capital. Intermission show brought to you by your DFW area Kia dealers. Michael Dixon, Bruce Levine, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. Coming up next, the out-of-town scoreboard. This is Dallas Stars hockey on The Ticket.
Learn to skate at your local Children's Health Star Center with the Dallas Stars Try Skating for Free program. All new skaters ages 4 to adult can receive 2 free 30-minute sessions of instruction on consecutive Saturdays. Call 214-GO-SKATE or visit dallasstars.com/starcenters.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender, terms apply.
The buzzer is sounded. The puck is about to drop. Time to get your fave Lay's chips. Stars fans, whether you're stomping and chanting in the arena or hosting the ultimate watch party, Lay's has the perfect chip for you. So make it spicy, make it savory, make it tangy, make it your own. Lay's, official partner of your Dallas Stars.
When the game's on the line, every play counts. And when it comes to protecting what matters most, so does your insurance partner. Higginbotham covers the big moments on and off the ice. Whether we're protecting your home, your business, your car, or your health, we've got more coverage options than the coach's game plan. Higginbotham, official insurance broker for the Dallas Stars. Higginbotham. Higginbotham.com.
Slide, shoot, score, and more with us at Children's Health Star Center's Hockey and Skating Academies. Whether a pro or a rookie, we've got programs for all skill levels to help your child progress in hockey or figure skating. For more information, visit dallasstars.com/starcenters.
Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine have instant Stars hockey HSOs during this intermission report. Brought to you by Kia. On Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Well, the Stars lead the Capitals 2-0 going to the third period there in the nation's capital, Capital One Arena. I'm Michael Dixon. That's Bruce Levine. We're on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. And the intermission show brought to you by your DFW area Kia dealers. Bruce, scores from elsewhere.
One game going on right now in Montreal. The Canadiens behind goals from Tessier, and Lane Hudson lead the Canadiens over the Flames 2-0. Boy, Lane Hudson, here's a guy that fell to 62nd player in his draft year, and he may wind up being the best player in that 2022 draft. Blues at Blackhawks later tonight, and it is the Sharks and Kings later tonight. Kings last 2 games doing Dallas a favor, beating Minnesota twice, once in overtime and once in regulation. And the other game tonight, the Senators at Mammoth. The Mammoth are the only team that could realistically knock the Dallas Stars out of a playoff position. They trailed Dallas by 15 points coming into tonight. So for everybody who's pretty much going crazy because the Stars have winless in 6 straight, look big picture here, people. The Dallas Stars literally have a 15-point lead over the only team that can knock them out of the playoffs. I think we should just, chill out, take a deep breath a little bit.
Do you think that shows up in the course of a season where we pretty much know the Stars and Wild are going to play each other, and Colorado's got an 11-point lead with 1 game less played? I mean, I don't want to sit here and make excuses for a 6-game skid, but goodness gracious.
I think the Stars are just worried about themselves, and everybody has had this game. I mean, look at Vegas in their last 10. They're 2-5-3, and they still lead the Pacific
on top of the division.
Yeah, so every team goes through this. Every team has. I mean, Seattle now is in a playoff spot. Everyone has their ups. Everyone has their downs. It's just the great teams have their ups last longer than their downs. This is the first time we've seen Dallas really hit a skid so far in the Glenn Gulletson era, but they put so many points in the bank early on that you could work your way through this and still be comfortably in playoff position, which is what Dallas is. I really think the only question as far as standings go is who will have home ice advantage in the first round, Dallas or Minnesota. But more importantly, it's which team. I don't think home advantage, ice advantage means a whole lot to Dallas the way they've gone through the playoffs the last couple of years. I really think for the Dallas Stars, it's about, are you playing your best hockey when that first round series begins?
Yeah, it's amazing to look at the Central Division standings. All right, 2-0. The Stars lead the Caps. Third period next here on the ticket.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hi, it's Pete Thompson from the Consumer Team. Every year, the summer heat puts a real strain on your HVAC system, which means it needs a tune-up before it gets cold and you turn on the heat. Call the On-Time experts today and get their fall tune-up, normally $199, for just $59. Your system will get a thorough cleaning and maintenance, and you'll get a stay-warm guarantee for this winter, too. Book your appointment now at theontimeexperts.com. Theontimeexperts.com. The On-Time Experts, the official HVAC partner of the Dallas Stars.
At PNC Bank, an official partner of the Dallas Stars, we've always taken a boring approach to handling your money. Not only is it smart, it's reliable. And why would we ever want to be unreliable with anyone's money? Some of those customers could be big, tough hockey players who gladly give up their teeth for a win. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But really, we just think boring is the smartest way to help ensure your money's there for exciting things in life. Like intentionally placing your body in front of a frozen rubber puck traveling at 100 miles per hour. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Texas football means friends, fun, and a little friendly rivalry. And what keeps the good times rolling? Provisions Bourbon. Straight from Milam and Green in the Texas Hill Country, Provisions is smooth, delicious, and easy drinking. Perfect for tailgates, touchdowns, and toasting your team. So, whether your team's winning big or it's down to the wire, don't head into game day without your Provisions.
Milam and Green Provisions Bourbon is available at all fine liquor stores.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
40 minutes, and then they get back on their heels and rely heavily on their netminder. Yeah, not a lot of comebacks for Ovi and company.
Dallas would love to keep them in the basement of that statistical category. Third period set to begin. Washington starting the night in the top wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. But the parity in the East is just crazy, especially compared to the West. Stars dig for it. First place to last place is just a 12-point gap. And we are over halfway through this season. First to last in the East. In the West, it's 34 points from Colorado to Winnipeg.
It's 11 points from first to second, Colorado to Dallas.
And even if you cut that off, still pretty sizable from the haves and have-nots, but it's going to be a race photo finish all the way down to the wire out east. The Stars through center. Crosses Steele. He leaves it for Hintz. Shoveled and into the glove of Thompson, who holds on.
Well, one avenue the Caps will probably look for here in the third period for offense is their D-core, the DC D-man dynamo. That's Font God Josh Clark's alliteration bonanza here tonight. We're going to get it in no matter what. They seem to use the full offensive zone when they can get in there and cycle a little bit. They have movement. They open up some holes for Carlson, for Chychrun, for their D-core. Stars have had that closed down, and there's been some, poor puck play from the Caps that have foiled themselves.
Face-off win by the Capitals. I think he likes Font God more than Stats Monkey, but I'm not sure we'll have to pull him afterwards. Left side Chychrun, he's shot, and man, can he. That caroms around and out of play.
Chychrun scored a goal against every team except for Washington, Dallas, and Ottawa. He's played for 2 of the 3, and he just wafted his way in. Look at that. Tried to use the defenseman Labushkin as a screen and ripped it high and wide.
Offensive zone face-off, 1 to Ovechkin. He was slicing off the left, and just too much of a crowd on his shot that was innocently blocked away. Early stages, third period. 2-0 Dallas with the lead. Trying to snap a season-long 6-game winless skid. 0-3-3 in their last half dozen. No icing here. The Stars trying to, again, pick up a victory on the second game of consecutive nights. They had that long 11-game streak snapped on New Year's Day in Chicago. But 11-1-1. Behind the net, taken, stuff attempt, save made by DeSmith. Now cleared just past McElrath. Ritzkovian, shot blocked, follow up. And Ritzkovian angles it for Lindell, who set it up for Heiskanen, but on the wrong side of the blue line, so reorganizing. Thompson, over for McElrath. Strome accelerating across center where he flings it in. Gloved by DeSmith. Restarted. Dallas uses the perimeter, and now here's Nate Bastian. Bastian across the line. Left circle. Off the skates of Foxa went his centering pass. Pressure behind the net. Bastian trying to dig it free from Carlson. He does. Oscar Beck and Capobianco there. The Stars Beck, pinned by Ferrari. And just outside the trapezoid, it is muscled around. Niels Lundqvist. Capobianco back for Lundqvist. In front, save made on the touch from the crease. Spin by Capobianco. Now for Foxa. Radek Foxa to the left. One-timer hit traffic. And the feed, Bastian was looking for Steele, instead found the sidewall. But Dallas mixing in a change and keeping possession. They've outchanged the Capitals here, but they cough it up. And that'll allow Washington to get the puck deep and get a wholesale switch.
Man, they like a few shifts like that here in the third period. Part of defending it is hanging on to the puck in offensive ice, and an excellent shift in that regard there.
Mikko Rantanen in across the blue line. Rantanen possessing. Met on the wall. Across ice. Slapped by Harley, but blocked to the corner. Chychrun there was sort of. And ahead for McMichael. Going wide on Labushkin. Shot around. Leonard pinned up. Pressured into a turnover, but the Caps steal it right back behind the net. Up to Chikrin. Wrist shot. Save made to Smith. Poked to the outer hash marks. Sort of. His play down the wall hit the referee. Regathered by McMichael. Sidesteps contact. McMichael spinning at the blue line. Kept it in but turned it over. Stretched out in a diving recovery by McMichael. Otherwise, Robertson is gone.
This is another one of those silly puck plays, though, by the Caps. I mean, he backed himself out of there. Just go with the simple play. Pump it down deep again. They're lucky they didn't give up a breakaway.
Now it's Robertson. And a penalty coming against Washington. Touched by Chikrin, who was without a stick. It broke in half. And the Stars are going to go back on the power play. Only one shortened man advantage so far in the game for Dallas.
All this was born out of that turnover by the Caps in Dallas ice, and the Stars trotting after it. Nick Dowd is a good penalty killer for them. Argues his way into the aquarium of iniquity. And the Stars could go a long way toward another W in Washington with a power play goal here. Stick involved. Boy, the ref got involved. Hintz ended up going down. What a crazy circumstance there. Wow. That was nuts. That puck was still alive, too, and Maverick Bourque was not giving up on it. Johnston and Robertson have combined for 25 power play goals this year. That's more than 13 teams.
Dallas controls it. Heiskanen hooking the call against Dowd for getting a stick in the hands of Robertson, who has the puck upstairs now for Heiskanen. Right side, Mikko Rantanen. Top of the circle, in the slot. Johnston stopped by Thompson. Rantanen again. Johnston. That shot jammed as he let it go. They keep feeding back for Rantanen. Stars spread it out. They've set up Johnston with a couple of good looks. Now it's Hintz. Up high to the left wing side, Robertson. To Heiskanen. Hintz, one-timer, save made. Johnston digging for it. And from his knees, trying to keep possession. McMichael will pry it and clear.
Boy, that first opportunity for Wyatt Johnston, a miracle it didn't go in. He spanked it.
Halfway through power play number 2, about 6 gone by in the third period. Stars up by a pair. Johnston muscled on the wall. Robertson attempting to go back to him up at the blue line. Heiskanen to Rantanen, net front. A couple of chances for Rope Hintz, and he's stoned at the top of the crease. Bounce back into the Dallas zone. Oh, has Hintz had himself a couple of chances in this game. Rantanen back for Robertson. Thomas Harley is on now. Robertson once more. Harley to the left wing corner, then gets it back. Following to the boards, Rantanen wrapped it all the way around. We're at the left point, Harley. And now curling, Johnston in front. They wanted Rantanen. A couple looks at it. Puck is loose, side of the net. Now behind it. Final seconds on the power play. What chances for the Stars, and somehow Washington dodges them all. They're going to call this icing as they played the puck down just as time expired on the power play.
Well, an awful lot of that kill was Logan Thompson in net for the Caps. That feed into the slot, a wicked, almost relay one-timer from Wyatt Johnston, and then later on it was Rope Hintz in front of the net. Acrobatics from Thompson. He gets both toes involved in the full split. Again, Rope in front of the net on a little drive-by with Rantanen off the back door. Every look you would want to generate, they did, and Thompson said no repeatedly.
4 recorded shots on goal on that power play and all of those scrambles, but the score doesn't shift. 2-0. A little more than 7 gone by. Both teams are 0 for 2 on the man advantage. The Stars have scored shorthanded and 4 on 4. Going down was Beauvillier. No call. We continue on. Through center ice, Capitals control. A flip into the zone. Capobianco knew the pressure was coming. It's Ovechkin centering. And on the perimeter, Leonard flung up and over the back glass, out of play. Stars have the only 2 goals, and Casey DeSmith, 14 shots against. He stopped them all in D.C.
At Comerica Bank, we have powered Fortune 500s, scaled national brands, and partnered with the biggest game changers. Now we're bringing that same professional-grade support to small businesses with tools trusted by industry leaders like free office space, free advertising, and free market research to help level the playing field. To learn more, visit Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender. Offers available to Comerica small business clients only. Terms apply.
Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket! Well, the Stars have a clean sheet going against the Washington Capitals. A lot of that has been Casey DeSmith. They've rebounded really well off of him. Our Choctaw game within the game is the game within the 2 games, the back-to-back set. He took over for Jake Ottinger last night in Raleigh, and he stopped 31 of 32 since doing so. Joking this morning that it's tough coming out of the corner yesterday. That's where the backup goalie sits in Raleigh. They have to summon him. Here tonight, he's been perfect. You know, it's one and done, and there have been rebounds there, but the Stars have marked people in front. He's done his job in handling the first shot on net. Some of them have been tasty, too, for the Capital shooters. So the competitiveness, the focus, the intensity that we've come to expect out of DeSmith has been on display tonight again.
He looks to his right for this face-off, and it's poked to the line. Carlson keeps it in. Alex Ovechkin angled, wanted Chikrin. Off a stick, he holds. Back to that right wing half wall. Towards the net, Lindell just maneuvered his skate to block it outside the crease. Clearing attempt, Chikrin bodied with Bastian. Came out of the blue line, a touch up. And Labushkin for Lindell. Guides it up the boards and all the way down off a deflection. No icing. Bastian's first to it anyway. Knife free of him. Strome through center ice for the Capitals. Cross the blue line. Follows the bouncing puck. Strome curls across Ovechkin in front, and it got through Leonard, whose head went flailing back. He couldn't believe that that puck slipped through him at the doorstep. No icing to Smith, over for Lundqvist. Stars begin out. Matt Duchene, his lead. Out of the reach of Blackwell. No icing. Ritzkovian taken by Roy, and he stepped off the play and knocked down Matt Duchene.
It could have been interference easily.
Surprised it wasn't, as he clearly stepped off and the puck wasn't there. Then Duchene gets twirled around on a check back in the defensive zone.
Keeps popping back up, but he's taken some contact tonight.
Harley off of legs of Frank. And a bit of a tug on the forecheck. Fighting through it is Colin Blackwell. And cut off at the center circle. Rasmus Sandin retreats with possession.
Showcasing the skills there. There's some nice dangling from the rear guard.
Sandin is chased by Steele. Banked it well wide of Milano. And the Stars Turn up ice at center. Mikko Rantanen steps across the blue. Slip pass. Johnston shot hung on to by Logan Thompson. And we are halfway through the third period. Still a 2-0 Dallas lead.
Hey, why not start 2026 in a brand new ride? Corby here from my friends at Classic Kia who want to help you do just that. I'm here with Classic Kia owner Jesse Hull.
Thanks, Corby. Right now, get $2,000 customer cash and 0% APR for up to 48 months for qualified buyers, or $3,000 Kia finance cash. Also, ask about the 90 days until your first payment on the 2025 Telluride.
Those are some really great offers to kick off your new year, Jesse. Classic Kia of Carrollton, I-35 North in Carrollton, or shop 24/7 at ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
Relax, enjoy the difference.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio and Dallas, Texas.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart strategy does. Cumulus digital campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by over 25%. You're not average, and your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to leave average behind.
Did you miss the Bitcoin wagon? Millions got rich because they got in on a technology you still don't understand. But the crypto gang got greedy, handing control of the Bitcoin network to China. This carelessness gives us a second chance, called Texit Coin. You're invited in on the Texit Coin journey. We'll guide you through this new frontier to claim your share of the profits. Don't let your friends get rich without you. Secure your seat as we take Texit Coin to the moon and beyond. Learn more at texitcoin.org. This is an investment that carries risk. Texitcoin.org.
The Stars on the ticket.
The great Alex Ovechkin recovering on their bench mid-third period here. The Stars have had him bottled up, and they sort of sidestepped some opportunities. This one wasn't a shot. You expect him to blast it from there. Takes something off it, sends it in front to Leonard. That was the interference by Matt Roy. And Matt Duchene, he gave the sideways hairy eyeball at the referee, but tonight the Stars have repeatedly got up. They haven't languished on the ice when they've been knocked down. They did that a lot last night. Tonight they popped right back up again. We'll play through anything.
The Capitals win this defensive zone faceoff. Dallas with the 2-0 lead. Steele behind the net. Basically a 2-1 shot advantage at 29-15 in favor of the Stars.
They've outshot him 8-3 here in the third. Helped a little bit by that power play, but
Beauvillier for Leonard. He overskates, gets it back, and a save made by DeSmith. Steele had been knocked down at the net front just before that. Miro Heiskanen trying to pull away from some pressure on the perimeter. And Lindell got past Rantanen. No icing. Time ticking away. Just over 9 minutes remaining. Capitals finishing off a 3-game homestand. They are 1-0-1. Here's Robertson. Shot off the bar. Rebound fought for. Kept in and sprawling. It went over the net as Thompson was on his side and lunging. Stars hold it in. Robertson saved Thompson. Robertson takes it back again. Dangles. Bumped into. A reach and a keep by Labushkin. Robertson centimeters away from number 26 on the year. And the pressure remains. Robertson knocked down. Hintz fires across. Thomas Harley. And saved and covered. Then in front, Dowd and Bourque with supporting cast members. What chances?
Well, this all started with some terrific puck pursuit by the Stars forwards. That's Rope Hintz that won that battle on the boards, and it led to that slapper from the dead slot that ricocheted off the pipe. And Logan Thompson, who has been asked to be miraculous here in the third period to keep it at 2-0. Stars have been so close. They win another battle on the other boards. It was a rough shift for Sonny Milano, who got abused a lot, and his netminder bailed him out. Thompson,
28 of 30 on the night. in front, goes through the crease and wide. And taken by McMichael, working against Lundqvist down the left side, and a left arm save from DeSmith. Stretched out, Ritzkovian. He's in. Pass for Duchesne. Save with the glove hand up. Thompson. Capitals, no choice but to open it up here. Down by 2 with under 8 to play. Carlson with a shot. That bounces off of traffic in front. Around the boards where it's taken by Leonard. He splits his point man, was looking for Carlson. So the veteran Carlson back behind the net. In his 16th year, all spent here in Washington. Stretched to the left wing. Frank curling. Fighting off Heiskanen, but turned it over to Bastian. Bumped it ahead to center. Into the Caps bench. Clock stops with 7:15.
Stars continue to go pedal down here in the third period. McMichael with the burst of speed. He's a great skater. Rips one off the shoulder. One of the things about the guy at the other end has made a bunch of saves just like that as well. Good stop by DeSmith to get it with the shoulder. They have tested Logan Thompson repeatedly at the other end. That chance for Matt Duchesne was a brilliant one.
Dumped back in by Dallas. And Oscar Beck finds Heiskanen at the blue line. Banked it in deep. Beck turns to protect the puck. One more switch on Chychrun. And yet another. Heiskanen now. Risser got through. Saved by Thompson. Chychrun first on it. Stretch ahead for Roy. D to D up ice. But he got closed off, cutting across the blue line. Another dump and change from Dallas. Clock is a friend of the Stars with 6.5 and counting remaining. They center it. They score! Wyatt Johnston after steal took it away. 3-0 Stars.
Well, this is a perfect example of what the Stars have done in the game tonight to the Caps, and it's continued on here in the third period. Straight line on the puck. Look at Sam Steele. Pick him up, put him down, hustle in. Forced a turnover from Roy and behind the net. And from that, it's point blank. Little puck jack, little setup. What a game from Sam Steele with a goal and an assist. Everybody's wide expecting the Caps defenseman to win that battle and the puck. And instead, they're down by 3 here now with a bagel on the board. And this is a Capitals team that has not been blank, or has been blank once, pardon me, since the Stars tossed a clean sheet at them in Dallas. And that was another Central Division team, the Minnesota Wild. And Wyatt Johnston's goal-scoring exploits continue on. Even strength mixed in with all those power play goals. He's so quick to get those shots off. A lot of guys would just bludgeon that into the belly of the netminder, not him.
He's up to 24 goals on the season now, one shy of Robertson's team lead, and 50 points on the year. Dallas started the night as the only team with 3 players inside the top 10 in scoring. They now become the first team with 3 players at 50 or more. Here's Rantanen, who's on that list, along with Robertson and Johnston now. And the Stars still about 6 minutes remaining, but a 3-goal cushion spread out throughout all 3 periods. That goal, the first 5-on-5 goal. They've scored shorthanded 4-on-4, 5-on-5. Casey DeSmith has done his part. Carlson on the left wing, over for LaPierre, around Sandin. Got angled off. And while the Caps were changing, they played it to a vacant point and have to start from their zone.
That was a bit of a pin into the balloon, I think, that goal here. They hadn't exactly been threatening repeatedly here in the third period anyway, but watching them try to pick back against a 3-goal deficit for a team that doesn't rally at all. This one feels like a foregone conclusion now.
Kicked by Labushkin at center, then off the glove of Leonard, touched by Sortif. And the Stars have added to their lead here in the third period. Great work down low by Sam Steele, set up Johnston for his 50th point.
At PNC Bank, an official partner of the Dallas Stars, we've always taken a boring approach to handling your money. Not only is it smart, it's reliable. And why would we ever want to be unreliable with anyone's money? Some of those customers could be big, tough hockey players who gladly give up their teeth for a win. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But really, we just think boring is the smartest way to help ensure your money's there for exciting things in life. Like intentionally placing your body in front of a frozen rubber puck traveling at 100 miles per hour. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Shane Mullen with Mullen & Mullen Injury Law Firm. With so many injury law firm ads, choosing the right firm can be confusing. Some firms just process your paperwork, settle for a low offer, and they move on. At Mullen & Mullen, we're different. We invest in your case from day one to maximize your recovery. We use the latest technology, in-house investigators, top experts, videographers, and editors to tell your story from start to finish. Call 214-INJURED or visit mullenandmullen.com. No recovery, no expense or fees. Been that way since
When the ticket says we can do what they Stars hockey on the ticket.
Radek Faksa, just 3 minutes in. Only real big mistake that Logan Thompson, the netminder, has made. Innocent looking shot. Caps went numb. Stars were up 1-0. Second period. Teams playing four aside. Great work by Thomas Harley. Pretty to watch as he 10-2'd his way around the corner. Fed Sam Steele, who's had an excellent game tonight to make it 2-0. Speaking of Steele, just moments ago, first man on the forecheck, Puck Jack City to set up Wyatt Johnston at the other end, perfection. You know, he's only been asked to make the first save. A lot of them have been dazzling. It's obviously been perfect on them, but Casey DeSmith has done what Casey DeSmith does and what the Stars usually get in this building, which is excellence from the position and a win.
Capitals on the attack. Now or never time for them. And it bounces out to center ice. Frank for Chychrun. Slowly off to the left, Strome. Has been a wire-to-wire effort for Dallas so far. They are 4:15 and counting from the finish line. Sandin in reverse, then up ahead. Stolen away by the Stars. Hustling after it is Sandin. Bounces over to Steele. 2 points in the game. To the left. Steele delays. Tried to move and tuck it back, and the stick of the flailing Thompson didn't allow it. Miro Heiskanen up, around, and out of play went that puck.
Sam Steele's on pace for a career best in both goals and in penalty minutes this year. I know you were speaking of Mikko Rantanen earlier. Sam's been involved a little bit too. He's had the puck, trying to find a win. He didn't have any allies with this one. It was nothing but red jerseys coming back at him, trying to get it back to the back end, I think. And that flailing acrobatic Logan Thompson stymied him. Been a good move to shift him up on left wing again with Johnston and Rantanen here tonight.
In his 2 years with the Stars, 24 and 25 points respectively. Here on the left wing side, it is sort of spinning. And taken by Robertson, cleared it away. Leonard, escorted by Hintz, nearly turned it over. Thinned out here at Capital One Arena.
They've seen this movie before.
I was going to say, this team, this crowd, they see the Stars come in, and it is just nightmare juice. In his Hintz, shot saved by Thompson.
Rope has to be close to double digits in shots on goal. He cannot buy one.
That was his 11th on that play, is on the left wing side. Deflected in off to Smith.
Sometimes you have to shoot your way out of it. That's what he's trying to do.
2.5 remains as Chikrin working his way in, has help to the left, a shot, and DeSmith handles that one and freezes. Well, fans, you can join the most loyal Dallas Stars supporters by joining the Victory Club member waitlist. Joining the waitlist offers exclusive pre-sales and discounts, 2027 Stadium Series priority access, and more. Visit DallasStars.com/waitlist and submit an interest form today. Those fans have liked it. Loud, robust Stars chant during the anthem before this game, and it has been happy times for the folks here in D.C. year after year after year after year.
A lot of green down there. See that in warm-up.
They have one there right off the draw. Shot saved by DeSmith. Then Ovechkin, he from the man who has scored more than anybody else in NHL history.
This is a 500 Nitro Express one-timer. Watch the body language on DeSmith after. I mean, there's just, I think, 3 doors in front of him. You're trying to pick up that blast through all of that. He had a pretty good look at the chest of his defenseman. A little bump for Ovi Jr. on the other side of the glass. He was out cheering him along with some teammates between periods tonight when he was playing in the mini game. Yeah, he can do that. He can crank it still. Need a little bit of chaos off the face-off win, and then kabang by the greatest goal scorer in the history of this game.
Alex Ovechkin, that is his 13th career goal against the Stars in 29 games. For most people, that would be outstanding. In the case of Ovechkin and the Stars, it's a low of goals per game against any opponent he's faced. There goes Thompson. A little bit of belief in here with 2 minutes to go for Washington. On the board in a 3-1 Dallas lead. And Ovechkin, who's coming off of a 2-goal game, is out there, one of 6 attackers in red. 915th goal. Leonard, Carlson, shot around, behind the net, taken and played up the glass, kicked and held in by Carlson. 90 seconds remain as it's chopped up and out of play, deflected, so just a whistle, no penalty, and the faceoff will stay in the Stars' end.
Ovechkin just not enough speed to keep that in clean. Wants dry gloves. He's heading over to the bench to get some new mitts here. They just dry those things over and over. There's a lot of guys. Tyler Seguin was that way. Might still be. They'd love to have the dry mitts. I'm going to argue with anything on him. He has those gloves. Used to have the mirrored visor. He has those yellow laces. The only guy I think that still rocks those, Yuri Lettinen did back in the day, and they're going to look to try to set up 8 once again.
The Stars instead have possession, play it around, and this is going to bank wide of the empty net. A foot race forward, Strome wins it. 80 seconds to go on the icing whistle.
That looked like it had eyes for a second and then had the outward curl. And they're delaying to see whether there's going to be a timeout taken here or not. The Caps have already retreated to their bench, so I assume they are. Esa Lindell can fire some darts from his own zone. That one would have been a little bit of luck. Richkovian was trying to win the race. He missed by about 2 feet. I don't think they're taking their time out here. Or maybe they are. Ref's coming over.
Yeah. He pump faked the Caps, too, because they came off the bench.
I know. What are they doing? They're taking time away from themselves by doing that. That is crazy. So, trying to draw up a comeback here. The Stars trying to preserve a 2-goal lead here now. And Alain Nasreddine usually takes point on this when they're up. They know tendencies of what the Caps want. They want responsibilities understood. If they win the draw, where they want to go with it. If they lose the draw, where people are going to be positioned for Washington. And the Stars, trying to keep and perpetuate the success here. Just trying to get a W. And nothing comes easy. You got to play 60 minutes in this league. Seen some crazier things happen through the years. Guide this thing home here now for a minute 20.
A very slight edge in faceoffs tonight to Washington. Strome and Duchesne wins this one. Heiskanen's going to take a shot at it from his own zone. Misses it far to the other side. And 7 seconds come off the clock. Icing will come down and do it again.
Miro always looks so eloquent when he's doing that. Soft hands and flips it over top of everybody, but too wide. See whether Duchesne can rip another one.
This time it's Strome, but it's poked away, and the Stars are able to get there and clear. 6-on-5 continuing for the Capitals, but they're in their own zone, starting from the blue line. With a minute remaining, short hop goes wide into Smith. Esa Lindell fired it off bodies, and then it carried back in onto Smith. And he had to be alert, and he was. Freezes with 53.5 seconds.
Always interested in who the coaches send out there to try to, win this portion of the game. And yeah, it was a weird play. Esa Lindell trying to rip it off the glass. Got some worker bees out here.
Won by the Capitals, the faceoff. Ovechkin goes down to the right wing side. And slowly moved, cut off by Wyatt Johnston. Ahead to Ritzkovian, jumped on him. He'll get it back and miss the net. Remains 3-1. Strome across the blue line. Left wing side, McMichael, only 28 seconds left. Carlson to the right. Wrist shot, saved by DeSmith. Pounces the left hand on it to get the latest whistle, 23.5 showing.
But he's happier than Ovechkin that Ritzkovian couldn't find the yawning cage. The turnover, trying to one-time it across the ice. He semi-fans on it. And that little bobble, he had to chase it down, get rushed a little bit by Ovechkin. Another face-off to the left of DeSmith.
Strome again, this time against Hintz. It's won by the Caps, but Hintz steals it, and there, Rope Hintz bullseye from his own zone. All the chances he had, and smiles from his teammates as that's the way he gets onto the board tonight in D.C. and slams the door shut on the Capitals.
It'll be like it's infinitely easier without a goalie down there, without Logan Thompson tonight. His 12th shot on goal? Stars win the loss. The Capitals right to the bitter end, sloppy with the puck in the game tonight. Turn that one over, and after a couple of guys missed the empty net, Hintz says no.
Rope Hintz, the exclamation point, 13th goal of the season. Final 10 seconds here. Down the ice it goes. Icing waved off. The Stars were looking for defense, discipline, and a victory tonight in Washington, D.C. They get all three. Another win in this building where the Stars have seen so many over the years. Only the Ovechkin goal, the blemish, and a 4-1 Dallas win to snap the skid.
Well, if you're going to have your shutout spoiled, have it spoiled by the greatest goal scorer ever. And the Stars, to a man, played hard, played well here tonight. Their best team effort since their last win, and that was at home, a 5-1 defeat over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Good work.
Stars complete the two-game sweep over Washington, a 1-0 win back in Dallas, and a 4-1 triumph